Hello, everyone. Shut your mouth. Welcome to tonight's WWE Raw review for, April 25th, 2016. I am Wyzatv. And with me tonight, I have Osiris once again. I'm gonna let him put himself over in a minute. We're here to talk the Raw review. And going forward, probably starting next week, we're going to be doing a lot more wrestling-related content on this channel. Thank you everybody tonight for joining the Discord for all the wrestling chatter. We talked for the entire Raw, and I'm pretty sure people are still in there. That Discord is going to always be open to you guys. Anytime you guys want to talk about wrestling, just talk about whatever. It's always going to be open for us to just chat in. Now, Osiris, if you don't mind, you can go on ahead and
just plug myself.
For those of them that don't know who you are, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, fine. My name is Osiris, as Wise already put it, but my channel name is called Off the Barricade. You know, just as it's pretty much spelled. You can check it out on YouTube. I do wrestling-related content as well as WWE 2K16 stuff. And yes, I'm here today with Wyzatv, trying to get this man over, because that's what I pretty much do. And hopefully we could talk about this Raw that was pretty much lackluster as hell. Because
well, at the same time of you putting me over, which I would greatly appreciate, love to be put over. You also do Raw reviews yourself, not right now because of current channel situations. So I'm making sure that people don't forget the name of Osiris. Spell it for me one time.
Osiris. But
making sure that you
But I just bear in mind, being that you actually mentioned that I'm not doing reviews. I actually had an idea today, probably one that I said for you, but the thing is, I have an idea, and there might be reviews returning, but that's going to be something down the line. Just keep that in mind, and just try to remember it might be possible down the line.
Fair. Damn, there's so much stuff that I want to reveal to these people that I want to do as far as what's going to be going on pretty soon on the channel. But I'm going to keep that hush. Let's start with the Raw review, and I want to start with Chyna.
Yes.
And starting with this Chyna thing is actually one part of why I want to put more wrestling content on this channel, wrestling-related content on this channel. I didn't get a chance to talk about this Chyna thing, and it came to me when I was streaming one night, and I got bombed in my chat where people telling me, yo, Chyna died. And I'm like, all right, I could talk to my stream about it, but I didn't necessarily have I have a platform, but I didn't necessarily have the platform to go and talk about it. And I'm not going to talk about it at length. I just want to regurgitate what I said a little bit in the chat and just say a couple more things, because now I've been able to flesh out the wording, some of the wording that I wanted to use with this, or some of the detailing that I wanted to use with this. So not going to take long. It's not going to be 5 minutes, not going to be 10 minutes, nothing like that. Just about 2-3 minutes, not even, to talk about Chyna, because it also ties in with what they did to her as they presented her with the tribute tonight. Raw started off with, the image of Chyna. I guess they had the date. I actually missed the first 10 seconds of Raw. When I turned it on, I saw Roman in the reigns. So I didn't know.
You didn't miss much.
Like, what would they do? It was pretty much just a picture of Chyna in memory of, with the date. Is that what it was?
And that, and then the fade in, and then the whole intro. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And up until, I want to say, the last hour of Raw, that's all we got. That's the only mention that we got of Chyna. But in the middle of Raw, we did get a tweet from John Cena saying that he's going to be returning Memorial, whatever, and all of that. And that lasted longer than the Chyna.
Okay, so that's what. Come on now. Like I even mentioned it on Twitter. They are going to show that like once every hour.
All right. So real quick before I talk about the Chyna thing, I do want to put over that even though my layout is like 0.3% done, I do want to put over the fact that I do have an active chat right there displayed on the screen, so you guys can all say hi. You can put yourselves over and do that whole thing. Make sure you guys are chatting the entire way through with whatever the hell you want to chat about. I'm pretty sure it's never going to be about the actual review. But as long as you guys are having fun, we're all having fun. Now, Chyna. I do like the video package that they put out for her tonight. I was surprised with just how much Triple H they put into that video package. I was thoroughly surprised at how much Triple H was in that video package of Chyna tonight.
Yeah, that was a pretty lengthy one, but it was like the part where they showed Eddie Guerrero. That was the one that, you know.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
Go ahead.
So they started, and I like the way that they did it because they did it kind of like in a timeline form. I'm excluding like all of the tweets and things that everybody was saying about Chyna, but they started it like from the time she got there up until like, you know, her later days in WWE. I like how they had her jump the barricade. She's helping Triple H. They formed DX. She's with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and then you got the whole X-Pac part where it's Triple H and X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws. Then you got her kind of on her own, winning the Intercontinental title, beating Jericho. Where she became her own woman, still going against men, sometimes going against women. And Chyna was one of them. She was one of the few women, or the only woman, who didn't want the world title or the women's title. She didn't even want that title. She wanted to prove that she could hang with anyone, men included, mainly. So it went from that whole standalone thing to the days of her with Eddie Guerrero. When I seen Eddie Guerrero, the moment I seen him and his mom was here, I said, "Oh my God!" I just got happy, and I'm like, man, I need to go back and watch some Eddie Guerrero because I just forgot all about that feeling I had when Eddie was just in that mode where Eddie was just having a good time, and it rubbed off really well on Chyna. I think that she played that part so well. Because it was at first it was kind of awkward because like, here's this, it's Chyna, she's kind of mannish, kind of built. Like, how are they gonna put this together, or how is this gonna work together? And the more it went on, the more and more it started to work. And it's like, yo, he's a fucking magician getting this thing over. That was crazy. They also managed to show her looking, in her earlier stages where she pretty much looked like a man up until the point where they did a really good job throughout the package, made her look more and more and more like a woman, and to the point where you say, man. Now I'm not saying she was
but I mean, she did have,
but she looked
chin, though. That's a fact.
I mean, but just the way that they showcased her, you know what? Here's the word I'm looking for. She looked a lot more feminine, and it looked good. I'm like her with the tie. Bro, she looked more feminine than she did when she came out with fucking DX.
Yeah, I totally agree because she's definitely changed down the line over the years in the WWE, especially when you compare the beginning to like pretty much the end. She definitely changed.
My man Cameron Harris, 229 viewers. Why don't we have like 8,000 likes?
At least he knows what's up, though.
He gets it. He absolutely gets it. The numbers are perfectly even. I don't understand. You know what? I'm going to like it myself. Anybody who's here watching the post stream, drop a like on it. It helps a whole lot. For those of you who are here, you can drop a like on it. That also helps a whole lot. Let the people know that we in here streaming. I'm going to do it so myself so that other people know that we are streaming. And in the meantime, take that. So now I got to talk about Chyna a little bit and how I felt about the whole death. And I saw that you tweeted this where I just said, this guy just doesn't get it. Where I personally, I have a reason for this. So I kind of want to say that WWE should take the blame. Well, not should take the blame. WWE should feel some remorse or should feel like they should take some blame for this. And the reason I say that is because Triple H definitely being a big part of it, Stephanie definitely being a big part of it, but that's not the only part of it. The biggest part of it to me is the pedestal that she was put on, deservingly so. She had a look that made her a larger-than-life women's athlete. And they portrayed her as such. They made her the ninth wonder of the world. Was it the eighth wonder of the world? It was the ninth, right? It was the ninth wonder of the world. She was the ninth wonder of the world. And that just, again, larger than life. And that's what Vince likes to create. At least he used to, like to create larger than life characters. So they go through their time in the WWE and they're on cloud nine. They're like, they just think that that's how life is going to be. You couple that with who she was with, being Triple H, Shawn Michaels, DX. Now, I'm going to exclude Triple H from this part. But back in those days, those guys, like, back in those days, wrestling, DX themselves, X-Pac, Shawn, I don't know about Raw Dog, probably Billy Gunn. Was a lot of drugs going on. A lot of misuse of, drugs going on back then. And she was definitely part of it. So that could definitely mess with someone mentally. And the way WWE and the way wrestling itself was back then, it kind of, I don't want to say it allowed it, but it wasn't that much repercussions for it until we got the Orton rule. So she's living that life, right? And I can only imagine that before she got to WWE, she probably had a hard upbringing. Because she looked like, imagine a girl growing up, muscular, looks boyish, probably is tomboyish. It's probably rough for her. It's probably rough.
I mean, it was rough. It was really rough. And what actually added on to that is because she didn't have family like that. She actually had a bad upbringing when it comes to her physical thing, and because her mother and father weren't really close to her like that. So that actually adds more onto her mental state, especially since she was with Triple H. And I'm not sure. Hopefully, I'm not going to end up getting ahead already. But the thing is, when she was with Triple H, that was her safe haven. He was her safe haven.
Yes.
That was the thing. I mean, when she was with him, she basically forgot the past.
And she really didn't have much to worry about, because if anything goes wrong, Triple H is always the guy. Like Shawn said it, X-Pac said it. Anything goes wrong, Triple H always got them out of trouble. Always got them out, because he was always the clean guy. He was always the guy that would speak up for the group. Jim Ross said it. Chyna said it. I mean, not Chyna. Jim Ross and Vince Russo also said it about Chyna, where Chyna didn't talk much. Chyna was the one, and I definitely implore you guys, if you want to hear about Chyna's story. I usually, anytime I listen to Vince Russo, I listen for a good laugh. I take a lot of what he says as a grain of salt, but his video, and you can just type in Vince Russo on YouTube and you'll find his video. It should be the first thing that pops up. His tribute to Chyna was just excellent. He really laid it all out there. No filter, no nothing. He was taking shots. He ain't give a fuck. Because apparently, what he says is he was a very, very close friend of Chyna's, and he was able to tell a story that most people that don't know of Chyna, or that don't know Chyna personally as well as he did, was able to convey. And they let it be known, Chyna didn't speak up for herself. Triple H did all the talking. Whatever Triple H said, that's how it was, but Triple H didn't mistreat her. But at the same time, she just didn't speak up for herself, because that's how she, back in the day, that's just how women were, or that's how you're supposed to be. Hey, not talking about you right now, because I know you want to talk, but that's just how women were back then. Your man speaks for you.
It wasn't even just the fact that your man speaks for you and the woman stays shut. It was just that was how they were, and
and that's how she was brought up.
That's just how she was brought up in that situation. It's not always like that, but that's just how she was. She always lets someone speak for her, because she always thought that someone else has the better understanding of a situation, or at least the better idea than she would end up having. She didn't really... She never really...
And she didn't want to get herself buried.
Exactly.
She didn't want to bury herself.
Exactly, because if she were to step out of line, she wouldn't even know if she had stepped out of line.
So it's a good idea to let Triple H do all the talking. I mean, shit, look at what he's doing now. So it was definitely the right thing, but... So you go from all of that, you're on cloud nine, you got the best thing going in the world, you're larger than life, you're the best thing going for women's, I don't want to say for women's wrestling, because she wasn't really a part of women's wrestling. She was a part of the men. But she was the best figure for the women. And she was getting this money. She was selling merch. She was a big-time draw. And she was in a good relationship that she thought would last. And then Stephanie McMahon comes in.
Man, like,
and she finds out that they're cheating. Well, that Triple H is cheating on her, and then it just relationship is done, and then she gets fired, and it's like, whoa, like just taken away.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And I know some guys want us to, just hurry up and talk about the show, but there's just some things.
I think we can talk more about
there's just some things that needs to be said that, people just want to just say, not just for the sake of saying it, but just want to end up having their thoughts out there because of the fact that even just like you said, she ended up pretty much, Steph ends up getting with Trips. They end up falling in love, right? And breaking up with Chyna in the process. Now, understand, that was actually at the point where they were engaged. It wasn't just boyfriend, girlfriend. No, Chyna and Triple H were actually engaged at the time. There was a ring supposed to be on there. And then to add on to the fact that not only did Stephanie take her man, but she also took her job.
So she went from that. And I'm gonna finish up quick. So Chyna gets into more drugs. Then remember the show that they did, the celebrity rehab and all that? She's on that. Then you got her, she starts doing porn. She starts doing drugs. She starts fucking losing her mind. And here's the problem I have. This is what I wanted to get to.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And no one has said this. No one has said this about Triple H. And I'm surprised that no one has caught this. One, they didn't reach out to help her at all. They help almost everybody else. This one person, they just chose not to help at all. Not only that, but I want you to think of something. When it comes to the Hall of Fame, think of all of the people that Vince McMahon didn't want in the Hall of Fame, right? Who was the guy that got these people into the Hall of Fame? Triple H, right? Triple H. Triple H was the one. Triple H was the bridge. Triple H was the one that mended those fences so that guys like Ultimate Warrior could get in, like Bruno could get in. But here's what nobody is saying, and I don't know how nobody has said this. I could think of two people that Triple H had a problem with that are still or didn't get into the Hall of Fame until either after death or just ain't in there. Macho Man and Chyna. Why weren't those fences mended before these people died? Since Triple H is so into mending fences. But if it's somebody that he has heat with, why we don't fix that?
And that's the thing. Like, it should, first of all,
how has nobody said this?
But first of all, it shouldn't take somebody's death to actually have them in the Hall of Fame. If they put out that time, effort, their freaking blood, sweat, and tears into the ring for as long as they have, and have left it on good terms or bad terms, it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't take their death in order for them to reconsider.
He says, so we just gonna act like Chyna ain't leave WWE and get smashed by 5 dudes at the same time? I did say that she went into porn.
That did happen, but the thing,
I didn't know you wanted details.
It shouldn't, and mind you, they just don't want. Oh, they were like, oh, we just don't want her. We don't want the people to end up finding out that she did porn. So fucking what?
Bitch got to make some money.
And that's the thing, because
that was some quick bread right there.
Because that's actually one of the things that pissed me off. This is one of the things that actually pissed me off with that comment that I put on Twitter from that dude, because of the fact that he's just like, oh no, one person shouldn't get blamed for that. This is mostly on Trips. All right, Stephanie wasn't engaged to Chyna. Trips was. Trips could have told Stephanie.
All they had to do, and this is what Chyna wants it. If you listen to the Vince Russo podcast, he said it time and time and time. Chyna was asking for this for months. All she wanted from them, she didn't want money. She didn't care about like getting back into the WWE. All she wanted was closure. That's all she wanted. And I just think that something like that, you never know, something as small as that could have just helped ease her to the point where maybe she started to slow down on drugs. Maybe if they it just boggles my mind how Triple H always tries to mince these fences for people who he don't have heat with.
And
if it's somebody he has heat with, they're not getting in.
And you know what the funny thing is? Actually, Chyna actually met up with Triple H. Like, I think it was at Piper's funeral, and supposedly they had a problem because Triple H, all he did was go up to her, and mind you, this is all that happened, and then something else happened. All he did was go up to her and say, "I'm sorry."
Wait, hold up. I don't understand how Jacqueline's in the Hall of Fame and Chyna's not. Well, Jacqueline should be in the Hall of Fame. That's just a given. Like, don't compare the two.
That's a different story.
Jacqueline definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, if you said Snoop or something like that's okay.
That's celebrity. You can't. No,
you want to say Coco Beware? Okay,
that's just hilarious. Stop.
We could do that, but don't say Jacqueline. That's a bad example. Jacqueline deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
She deserved that spot. But the thing is, Triple H actually went to her and said, "I'm sorry," and yet apparently there was an altercation because she went back, said something else, but it was nothing to actually, put on the dirt sheets or anything. It was just, okay, I accept it. And Chyna actually wanted to say her piece before walking away. Apparently she was taken out by security from that point. But see, that's the thing.
Well, see, what Chyna needs, if she was to approach WWE, she definitely needs a manager with her, because like you get in that situation and you're just full of raw emotion at that time, and you got so much to spit out. But now that part right there, I will put on her, because she would have to approach them a lot more maturely about the situation. I'm pretty sure that Triple H would be a fair man and give it a listen. But at the same time, why should Chyna have to go to them?
See, that's the thing, because think about just thinking about how she was in that mental state throughout all these years, and that breakup, she was engaged. It was never back in the same mental state ever. So to think about how her mind just broke down and how she was at that point, it's like people didn't want it to happen, but to have Chyna actually passed away, it sadly is expected. It was expected. Like, no one wanted it to happen. No one wanted it to happen. That's the last thing people want, but you can't say that it wasn't expected, knowing how Chyna was in her mental state. And that's the sad thing.
All right. So can we move on into the Raw review?
We can move on to this crap. We can move on to the BS. Move on to the garbage. First of all, before we actually move on, hopefully you guys are enjoying me over here just messing up Wise's review. Because if you are, go ahead.
Well, we haven't started the review yet.
Still, but hit that thumbs up button in the meantime. I see we got 86 people over here watching, but we got 317. What's going on? But since we got 317, that means this has got to hit about 10,000 likes by the end of the stream.
It should be at 10,000 now.
10,000 now, okay? It should be at 10,000.
With 300 in there,
Exactly. So go on ahead.
I don't know how they do it, but it should just be that way.
Exactly. So go on ahead, hit that thumbs up button, just for the fact that we're finally going to get into this damn show. And not only that, remember to share this out with your friends, family, the neighbors, your cat, dog, and any of that stuff, because now we're going to get into the good bits, I think. I don't know. This Raw was...
There's no good bits.
Yeah, as long as we know it, because this Raw was...
Raw opens tonight with Shane.
Why? Why is he still here? Well, okay, cool. It was fine the first week.
Apparently, he says it's because of all of us.
No. That's not the excuse this week that they could pass on. If they could,
he had.
No, there was no excuse. There's no excuse this week.
No, I remember him saying something about because of all of you, I'm still here.
No, because that's BS. No, because remember when they originally said that, it was the first week. It was the first week after WrestleMania, so you kind of agree with it. You kind of expect.
No, he's been saying it every week.
And it has not been that case every week.
No, but this is what he said.
This is a lie.
It's what he said.
Is that freaking lie?
My thing is, if this is because of it's because of all of us, right? And our outpouring of support on social media.
It's such a lie. It's such a lie.
And WWE listens and they give you shame.
You're right. Just like they listened when they didn't want Roman Reigns to be champ.
But this Roman Reigns though. This needs some explaining.
Exactly.
Sees a little bit of explaining.
Oh, yeah, they were really listening.
Apparently, they don't hear that part. They might have muted the mic on that.
What? They hit you with the...
How do they not hear that one? What?
They hit you with the Stone Cold. What?
They don't hear that one, though.
What? Roman Reigns. Oh, you want Roman Reigns to be champ? Cool. What?
They heard the one person that said that one.
Just like the one guy that had the freaking what was it? The click section signed today. There was one guy in the crowd that actually had the click section. He had the one guy with that sign. There was only one guy. He was right there for the hard camera. He was right there. How you not catch that? He was right there.
I have a hard enough time. I looked at the Discord chat more than I looked at Raw.
You gonna end up probably looking back just for 1 second and end up seeing that time.
All right. So Stephanie comes out. She came out. She told him that this is going to be his last day running Raw, and Vince is going to decide who's going to run Raw on Sunday. So Stephanie can predict the future. She already told this man that it's his last night running Raw, but then says that Vince is going to tell us who's going to run Raw on Sunday. Wait, so how? What? How?
Well, PayBack is a pretty much it's going to be a piss-baked pay-per-view, so that doesn't mean anything. But before we actually get to that, let me just point one thing out. Yeah, they're going to end up deciding it. And then they're going to have something with, like, I can already tell they're going to have some things of, oh, let's just talk about the quality of the matches and how the Raws have actually been compared with Shane compared to the ones that Steph
out of four of these Raws with Shane, one has been good.
Exactly. So Steph should end up, so by that logic, Steph and Tripp should end up still running Raw, but that's not going to be the case because of the fact
I want the anonymous Raw GM back with the computer.
Yes, gimmick. I want John Cena to actually be the anonymous Raw GM again, because that's basically what
I do like the way Shane. I do like the way Shane conducts himself on Raw, which is pretty much he's in, he introduces the show, you don't see him anymore. You might catch him in a quick backstage segment where he's giving support and get out of my face. I'm out of here.
But come on, like
that's all you get from Shane.
The Authority did somewhat of the whole thing. Well, Steph technically.
No, the Authority was in like damn near every.
Wait. Let me correct myself. Stephanie, somewhat for like a month, was doing the same type of thing. It's just when Triple H got in the thing. That's when I'm in everything. You gonna see me out here, room, and I don't like you. It's when Trips gets in the way. Then he really gets in the way. But yeah.
So there's that, and Shane wants Stephanie to leave. She leaves. Stephanie's not leaving. I'm gonna sit here and I'm like, oh, so apparently Stephanie has a match since she's not leaving, right? Nope. Shane says, all right, you won't leave? I'll just call out security because I am still in charge tonight. Me being in charge overrides your part ownership, so I need you to leave, and security's gonna take you out. Security comes, takes her out. She gives like the lit.
Go ahead. I'm not even gonna do it. Nope. Go.
Like,
okay.
Why was that security guard?
Sell.
Like there was nothing to sell.
Sell.
She gave him like a little dap to the chin a little bit with the slap, right? A little dap. This dude like
the oversell.
This dude did a Ziggler bump, right? He does a Ziggler bump, right? Flops all over the place, holding his chin. He starts to get back up a little bit. Stephanie like kind of like just sticks her foot out just a little bit. And that was like a kick to the gut to this guy, or a kick to the, I don't know what that was.
I don't even know.
The most pattiest cake patty cake. And this dude oversells again. Then he gets up there. They're walking her back to the back, and this guy is walking behind them, overselling the whole entire thing. Like he just got beat up by Brock Lesnar.
All right, so okay. Can I just say,
like, why are we selling for the McMahons? First is Shane with those punches to all the security guards, right? Stop. And now this.
Remember that? That was terrible.
No, we remember this. But now this. And I was looking at the security to see, like, is this the same security that tried to take out Shane? But, like, now this. What the hell is this?
Okay. Let me.
Nah. Hey, goodbye. Shane exit on. Okay, I feel you. No. Why was he selling that? Why?
Two random notes that pretty much we could just no sell after this. I'm just going to point it out.
Okay.
One. Wasn't Stephanie born in the same place as Shane? So why is she like, I am the daughter of, where was it? Where was tonight's Raw at? I don't even remember. She's the daughter of the city, state, whatever gimmick. And then two, my man with the braids looking like Elijah Burke. There you go. Next.
All right. What did you want me to notice about the daughter of the gimmick? What about
isn't Shane like born in the same place as is Steph. So why is she talking about, I was born here. This is my state, my city. So was Shane. So what?
Well, let's see. Well, wait. Let's see where they are. Let's see where they were. Hartford, Connecticut. Right. Connecticut. So she tried. Wow. So she tried to put herself. Wow, that didn't go over. There's that. Well, because they're no longer siblings.
No, that didn't happen. Stop.
They're no longer siblings.
No, that did not happen.
Story continuity here. You got continuity.
Ain't no continuity, B. Undertaker won the match. Shane's not supposed to be here.
So Shane's no longer a McMahon. He's just Shane.
He's just Shane Gimmick.
He's just Shane. He's actually Shane O'Mac now. That's his last name, O'Mac.
All right, Shane O'Mac. There you go. That's it. That's his name. Okay. Whatever.
Shall we move on?
Let's keep on.
This shit sucked. So I do like the way that he ended that segment and brought in the next match.
Yeah,
I did like the way he transitioned that.
Yeah, that was actually fine, to be honest.
Yeah, the whole nah. All right, now she's out of here. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and let's get into the first match with AJ Styles and shit. And out comes AJ Styles. Like, that was clean. Mm-hmm. That was a clean transition because the way the Authority always ends it, they gotta have their music hit first.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Fuck your music and fuck all of that. No. Shane's still in the ring. AJ music hits. You zoom into AJ. The hand fist bump going down the aisle. And that's all you see of Shane for the rest of the night. At least I think, because I was looking at Discord. We ain't see Shane no more, right?
We did not see Shane anymore. I don't think tonight's Raw would have actually helped if we got more Shane, to be honest. But then, after that,
but it's not needed.
And then after, no, F all that now. Please. AJ Styles versus Sheamus.
When I saw that before Raw, and I saw that graphic, AJ Styles versus Sheamus, the first thing I thought was they might have found a match that to put AJ in where AJ can't even make it good.
All right. Okay.
That was what I thought. But this wasn't bad. It wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't bad, though.
I totally agree with you on that because of the fact that, Sheamus can actually put on great matches. And AJ Styles, why even ask if he could put on a great match? But the thing is, even I was coming in here questionable. But the thing is, I didn't think anything was great was going to come out of it because it's still Sheamus.
How'd they manage to fuck up on shit? I'm thinking back to when Sheamus first debuted and that whole first 2 years before Nexus hit. What the hell? Why are they still messing with this guy when he came out and he was good back then? How do they manage to now mess him up? There was a point where he was successful. Why not do that? I don't get it. Why? Why not that? Why? Explain it. Explain this. Why not that?
I legitimately have no answer for you right there.
It's like there's times where these guys... Ruru. There's times where these guys were good.
I ain't gonna be calling him by no damn Ruru. His name is Rusev. Wait, we just gonna have that just slide with the Ruru. No, this man's name is Rusev. All right? Okay, continue though.
So, you got these times where they weren't actually good. But now, when the show is suffering and you're like, okay, these guys have to be good. What's so hard about saying, oh, we had a formula that worked, why can't we just use that? There's no way they forgot, right? Don't they watch the WWE Network?
Something they can get for $9.99. I highly doubt it because why would they? If they actually did go by that logic, then I'm pretty sure these guys would be in a better position that they were in.
There shouldn't be a match or there shouldn't be a time where I see a graphic that shows. All right, think about this. 2010.
Mm-hmm.
The way Sheamus was booked back then, right?
Yeah, continue.
Was it 2010 or 2009? I think it was 2009, 2008, 2009. If so, then my bad. But 2008, 2009. Let's say it then. When he first came, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever year that is.
It was like 09. Definitely ECW was definitely around when Sheamus.
Yeah, when he was actually taking out Triple H and whatnot.
Oh yeah, when he was on the main roster. Oh yeah, then 2010.
This Sheamus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the graphic with that Sheamus, and you were back in this year. That Sheamus,
mm-hmm.
and in the same year, that AJ Styles.
Bruh. Oh my god. Like that's something that actually
that's pay-per-view right there. Just looking at the graphic.
That's pay-per-view. Just by that alone. Just by that.
But we zoom to 2016 and we look at that graphic and we like, man, this might actually be bad. How we get here?
I don't know how you can mess up on Sheamus, but then again, I mean, it's kind of not unexpected.
How do we get there? Like, who was writing for them there that's not there anymore? Like what? Like, and it's not just Sheamus, it's with a lot of guys. And I don't think it's like that they just let somebody go. No, because then they did it again with Ruru.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember what happened to both of them, Rusev and Sheamus.
Well, I know what happened to Ruru.
Well, you also know the same thing that happened to Sheamus then, if that's the
Wapadu?
case. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
They both got Wapadu.
Mm-hmm. Now you remember.
They both got Wapadu.
Even though Sheamus did get over Wapadu's, Sheamus did get over from Triple H. Wapadu was the one that ended up stopping that.
Oh my God, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Sadly.
Damn it.
Sadly.
Oh, just you wait till Roman Reigns got to go up against Wapadu. You want to hear Cena get over? Just you wait.
Let's go, Roman. Cena sucks. Let's go.
Oh no.
Like,
I can't imagine. I got it. The world will implode when those two go against each other.
No, they can't.
We got John Cena versus Samoan John Cena. So Cena versus himself.
It'll be a mirror match. You can't do that.
Yo, I want this match I need to know what's gonna happen in this match. Wapadu. Like, who's gonna bury who? Cena's gonna bury himself. So if he does bury himself, then even himself is buried. How does this work? This match is never going to happen. We know this. We know this is never going to happen. My man said, what is a Wapadu? Like... How does he not know what Wapadu is? Sir, you know what Wapadu is. He said, what is a Wapadu?
Everybody gets Wapadu. Cena's going to Wapadu himself is basically what you're saying. This is what you're saying.
Oh man! Oh my God! I'm dying. Cena sucks. Roman sucks. That's gonna be the chant. That's gonna be the chant. They both suck.
The crowd's gonna be confused when that happens. That's gonna be WrestleMania, obviously, but the crowd's gonna be so.
Oh my God! If they do it at WrestleMania,
of course it's gonna happen at WrestleMania. It's a mirror match.
Oh God!
Of course it's gonna happen at WrestleMania. Why would you have? Okay, either that or SummerSlam.
That would be so clean.
Either that or SummerSlam.
That would be so clean.
I would hate to see that this year's SummerSlam. Oh, please don't have that happen.
No, this needs to happen at Mania.
Yes, it needs to happen at Mania, not at SummerSlam. Keep that outside of Brooklyn.
Wow, great stuff. How did we get to this? Oh, Sheamus. Yeah, so the match is what it was. I mean, it was okay. It was decent. Out comes.
Whatever the hell you want to call them. I don't know what to call them. I don't know the Akatsuki. Yep, it came straight out of Naruto. That's exactly what happened. I think. No,
I'm just talking to Layla.
Oh yeah, no problem. I think.
So they came. Here's what I had. Here's what confused me about this. So they come out to congratulate AJ for winning. That's all they did. Congratulate him for winning. Why does AJ have this look in his face like, oh man, guys, come on, bro, why am we doing? Why does he have this shocked, scared, please go away look in his face? These are his friends. But these are his. He was digging the ropes. But these are his friends. They're just out there to congratulate him. What's with the face?
He was like, "Come on, guys, don't end up cheering me on." No.
So far, story doesn't make sense with that look in his face. It doesn't make sense. Why the look in your face, sir? These are your friends.
It makes perfect sense with that is that if you want continuity with happen at New Japan.
Well, yeah, but that's not the story.
That can actually continue on from that point on, because it's like, oh, come on, you guys kicked me out. You guys want to be part of your team again? Come on now.
But they've never even hinted toward that part.
They've they've like hinted towards it subliminally.
Did I miss something?
that they kicked him out.
When did that happen?
He's not with them, right?
Well, no, he's not with him, but they were all. But all right, what's the subliminal gimmick?
I don't know. I was just kidding. Either way, pretty much. How should I put this? I don't also see why AJ was making that face. Other than, come on, guys, I just want to be a good guy. Leave me alone. No. But at the same time, the more hilarious part about it is that why exactly even have these guys come out if AJ's going to make this stupid face? And mind you, he made somewhat of a stupid face later on, too.
Oh, no, we're going to get there.
Okay. I just need to point that out, though.
Backstage, we had the Usos brothers and the Reigns and the Roman.
Samoan twin gimmicks.
There were Samoan triplets backstage.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And the gimmick tag team. See, man, you can't trust that dude, man. Look at that, man. Them his boys, man, you know. Roman Reigns, the whole one versus all versus one. Gimmick. Sometimes the one needs to save the all. Gimmick.
Stop.
Roman Reigns is clearly with Gallows and Anderson. Let's just I mean, at the very least, there's something going on here. Like something's gonna go down.
When we get to the next part with the Roman and the Reigns, with the AJ Styles, I'm gonna bury this whole thing. I'm gonna bury it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start. All right, so the next. Oh no, we got New Day next.
Oh, that segment was fire.
Clean ass segment. They come out. They talk about the tag team gimmick going on. I thought they were coming out for a match. We haven't had a New Day match since the night after.
These men don't need to wrestle. All right.
They don't. No, and they shouldn't. Because they should be putting over the tag team tournament,
exactly.
Which they're doing, and they could have actually
sponsored by Booty.
Oh no, because Sunday is the gimmick. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what it does, them not wrestling, is put it over the tag team tournament, which is a good thing. You have the 2 tag team finalists come out, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. These guys, New Day, don't need to wrestle because who are they going to wrestle? They'll be outshining the tournament, which they shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Because now this puts more of an ownership on that number 1 contender spot. It makes it a little bit more worthwhile. Surprised that we didn't get any type of Dudley action here or mention.
Whoa, surprise.
Why should we?
Why?
I mean, that would give away the ending.
Exactly. You already know what's going to happen at the pay-per-view.
But I mean on the show.
No, because
we didn't get Dudley's on the show.
No, because again, like you just said, that will give away the ending. So it was good to actually not get it. And besides, even if the Dudleys were not to go against Enzo and Cass, let's just have them wrestle on SmackDown, which they're probably going to tomorrow. So there you go. It's better. The show was better off without them. And to be honest, I don't even think that it would have helped out the show in any way, shape, or form.
I missed about half of that.
Okay. Anywho. Good. No Dudleys. Saved them from SmackDown. Wouldn't have helped anyway. There you go.
All right. Wait, what? Oh, save them from SmackDown. You said. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you could have had the Dudleys beat up on the Kalisto Dragons or somebody else that got eliminated already.
But the thing is, even if that were to happen, where is Kalisto?
I don't fucking know. He's Ryback. No, I mean, not just... I mean, like, any of the other tag teams that got kicked out. The reason why I say it is because you're putting over the number 1 contendership with the tag team tournament, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the tournament shouldn't be the end-all or the be-all to end-all to the tag team division. So, all right, guys, tag teams got put out, but that don't mean that they can't wrestle no more.
Yeah.
So, get you a match.
At the same time...
Keep the tag team thing going.
At the same time, even though tonight's Raw was pretty crappy... If that was the case, then who in the tag team tournament that were eliminated would you even want to see on Raw? I mean, what was it? It was all
right, one of the Ascensions is out for commission.
Yeah, so there you go. Who else?
You got Curtis Axel and the gimmick social outcast.
So that's a no.
Why not? You got them against the Usos. They get their shit pushed in. Why not?
Against the Usos, but you want to also include the...
No, not against the Usos.
No. I mean, like, if you want to include the Dudleys, even if the Dudleys were to even wrestle tonight, to actually just kill time, who else in that,
the social gimmicks?
No, it can't, because they're heels.
The social gimmicks are just the social gimmicks are just
because they don't
gimmicks.
even know.
Like no one like
yeah. No one cares, but at the same time, it's like
get some heat on them guys. Let them. I mean, what other tag teams were in there? The Ascension can't do
Regardless, any of the teams that were on there that were already eliminated were a team that you could actually that you would rather not see on Raw and just be fine with it if they were just wrestling on main event or superstars.
The Usos have been knocked out.
And they're already going to have their problem killed with the Empire gimmick.
Let me see. Maybe the chat knows some tag teams or something. Okay, they don't. I'm not going to scroll back. Zack Ryder need a change. All right, so it was a good segment. That's all I got for that. It's exactly what you're going to expect out of Kaz and Enzo. I mean, Kaz, my God. Kaz needs to...
You want to continue crapping on this man's mic skills? Is that what
bro, like...
Leave Test alone.
Bro,
leave Test alone. No. He's just 7 foot tall. You can't teach that. Everything else that you think that he needs to be taught, yeah, you can be taught. But he's 7 foot tall.
He can't even deliver his lines.
Yeah, I know. It was terrible. But still, he can't be taught.
He says the same lines every time he's in the ring.
But he's 7 foot tall. You can't teach that.
Bro, like, why is it so hard for him to deliver this line?
He is 7 foot.
And I'm going to spell it out for you without that whole gimmick.
He said in such a monotone, like...
He's monotone all the time, this guy.
And I'm going to spell it out for you.
You got 13 words, not even. You got about 7 words to deliver. You can't even deliver that. I'm sitting here and I'm listening. I'm like, yo, you get this high from Enzo. Enzo puts you up there, and then he gives the mic to Kaz, and Kaz is...
I had to legit count it on my face.
16? All right, now you're about to read them. So Enzo gives Kaz the mic so that he can deliver the lines after coming off that high. The crowd is hyped. He gives Kaz the mic, and Kaz says...
Really? Okay. There's only one word to describe you, and I'm going to spell it out for you. Just like that.
Yeah, well, see, already you've already had more emotion than
I know. Okay, I'm going...
No, you got to do Kaz.
I'm going to spell...
No, let me get the crowd back hype again.
Okay, go ahead.
So you go from Enzo getting the crowd hype. He's delivering lines. He's going crazy. All kinds of rhymes and metaphors and whatnot. He hands the mic over to Kaz so Kaz can deliver these lines. And Kaz says...
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm going to spell it out for you. SAWFT.
And then he lets the crowd do it.
They don't pay me enough. There you go. They don't pay me enough. I look like Test.
Like, what the hell? And
it's just the fact that
dude better pray that Enzo never gets injured again.
So Enzo and Cass is going to be a tag team for a very long time. If Test over here,
forever.
If Test over here don't get his act, you gotta understand, it ain't gonna be forever. He is 7 foot tall. You can't teach that. Vince McMahon knows you can't teach that. He likes that. So you better believe that they are eventually going to break up and end up being something on their own. And Enzo's still gonna be the one to get over, but Big Cass is gonna need something. If he ain't got mic skills, he gonna need something. Either they pour him up with a manager, or he's gonna be on his own, and it's gonna be pretty bad. But either way, they're gonna be a tag team for a really long time.
But why is it? He's 7 feet tall.
And you can't.
That's what I see in the chat.
This is what I mean. You can't teach that. You better put respect on that man's height.
Oh, well, see, no.
Respect it. Respect it.
I want to give him a Ric Flair chop.
Why do you want to do just?
Because he needs to say it with his chest, bro.
But he's 7 foot tall.
He needs to say it with his chest.
He's 7 foot tall.
By the way, you're probably looking at my screen. Look at the way they spell Cass.
Wait, what? Let me...
You see this?
Look at that. K.
It's Cass with a K. That's his name now. Cass with a K. Up next, we got the Uso. What up, Us? Versus the Anderson and the Gallows.
Samoan twin gimmicks.
The twins now.
Versus the GBs. Which, actually, I think somebody actually said in the Discord, shout out to the person, I can't remember your name, you're possibly going to end up saying it in the chat. He mentioned that that GB on the side of their the cloaks or whatever, that might actually mean guys, boys, because he's Roman Reigns, he's the guy. It makes sense, because what else would it possibly mean? What would it mean if it doesn't mean that? As a matter of fact, let us know.
Somebody said grits and biscuits or something like that.
No, somebody said gravy and biscuits. I'm like, stop. Okay, stop. I get it, but only one of them was Festus, not both of them. Okay, stop. But still, the match itself was
it's what I expected out of Anderson and Gallows.
Yeah, actually. Sadly, I agree with that. It's just that, man, it would have been better if it wasn't against the damn Usos.
Because the Usos can't. The crowd's not behind the Usos anymore.
First of all, it doesn't even matter for the crowd getting behind them. Is that when you're putting two teams against each other, you want to at least see something that you want to see everything that one team can do over the other team, and then vice versa, right? But when you're seeing one of the teams, when you see that one team that has shown you everything that they could possibly do.
Wait, time out. I just saw something so funny. All right, I'm gonna let you finish that.
When you see one team that has done everything that can do everything they could possibly do, and it ain't much.
Somebody said it means good brothers. That's actually a good.
Stop! It don't mean no damn good brothers.
No.
No. Oh. Hell no. Oh. Funny, but no. Okay. But yeah, the Usos have shown you everything they could possibly do. Super kick. Oh look, super fly splash. Super kick. Look, we back our butts up like our.
They did do something different today, and I caught it immediately.
Oh, a Samoan drop into an RKO? Did they do that?
Well, no. I'm talking about the Us.
What the hell did they do? Okay, you need to.
It was early in the match.
School me on this. I'm listening.
There was a sling blade.
That's nothing. They've been doing that for a while.
I've never seen them do the sling blade.
They've done that for a while. They've just started to do that.
I've never seen them do the sling blade.
They just started to do that again. That's.
I have never seen. And the first thing I thought, Tanahashi.
I mean, yeah, but they've been doing that for a little bit, and of course, you already tell that most of the people on the roster have started to get influenced by New Japan.
A lot of people on the roster have been starting to do some Japan stuff.
And just indies in general, not even just Japan, just indies in general. They've been getting influenced.
I think it started with Seth.
You know what?
Seth started doing it big time.
You know what?
Like once guys started coming to NXT from like across seas.
You know what?
Seth started doing it.
You know what? There you go. He's to be blamed. I can completely agree with you, because ever since then, everyone else want to do all this stuff that we've seen. Only people in Japan, and only people in Ring of Honor, and only people in England.
And not saying that Seth doesn't have an arsenal. Seth has a hell of an arsenal. But this Japan stuff that sort of happened, like key Japan moves or key moves that happen with wrestlers mainly in Japan, like that's what they're known for. They started creeping into WWE. Just started creeping in. Just started creeping in there.
Yeah, we see that frog splash. We see that frog splash, Seth.
Yeah, but see, nobody's doing it like Tanahashi though. Tanahashi he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
What position you're in. You standing up, frog splash. You bending over, frog splash. Getting up, frog splash. You jumping in the air, you on your back, you kissing your girlfriend, frog splash, frog splash, frog splash. You outside in the crowd, frog splash. Like when he did that to Okada, and Okada's in the crowd. Wrestle Kingdom 9. This dude jumps on the top rope to Okada in the crowd. Frog splash. I don't care who's around you. Eat this frog splash.
Everybody.
Like while he's standing in the crowd. Like, what is wrong with Tanahashi?
He hit everybody that was near him.
He don't care. He doesn't care. You gonna eat this frog splash.
We're part of the show now. Fuck it. Just hold this frog splash. Keep it as
King of Frog Splash. That's what he should be called. King of Frog Splash. Fucking hey, this dude. So good stuff with that. What? Hold on. Wait. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I guess good stuff with the sling blade that the Usos
I meant like
did.
good stuff with the frog splash, but no frog splash happened here though.
Yeah, no.
But after that sling blade, KArl Anderson, yeah, bro, it's time to work a body part, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna work. Oh, you had a bad shoulder? You had an arm gimmick going on? Yeah, we're gonna go on ahead.
I actually have a problem with that. Is that it's not? No, it's not just in this match mainly. I just mean in general on how. Oh, it's a noticeable body part, but they'll work on that because it's wrapped up. but it's not a lot of times where you'll see a wrestler in the ring in the WWE actually pick apart that, you know, you think the wrestler is fresh and all, and everyone thinks the wrestler is fresh. They don't have like noticeable wounds and all. And they'll just pick apart, just go at them, right? Unless they're like 7 foot tall, weigh 100, 300 and whatever freaking pounds.
And you want to spell it out for them?
And they want to spell it out, and they start, and
you can't teach that.
And then the opponents start going for the legs because get it, they're tall. You go for the legs, chop them down a bit.
Right.
I mean, it's not a lot of times where you end up seeing someone go for the arm of a fresh opponent. It's when it's noticeable, and I'm actually not cool with that because it's like, yeah, it's noticeable, but how about start working on somebody's arm when, you know, they're fresh, you know, and it doesn't have to work with their finisher. Just do it for the hell of it.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna agree that it made sense tonight.
Oh yeah, it did. I'm not saying it didn't. It sure as hell did.
Okay. I don't see in WWE. I don't really see it. I don't see heels doing it too much. Kevin Owens used to do. Well, Steen. What's his name now? Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. Kevin Owens does it. He doesn't do it much anymore, but he did it in NXT a bit. He does it. He did it when he first came to the main roster. If you had something exposed, he's going after it. Mm-hmm. I don't see many other guys doing that. Like sometimes they'll go away from it, or sometimes they just don't concentrate on it, or they may mess around with it for a couple of minutes or for a few seconds, but they don't tell the story with it throughout the match. Or they don't make it mean something down the stretch of the match. Whereas in this match, KArl Anderson worked on that body part and only that body part. Mm-hmm. The only issue I had with it is that it didn't play into the ending of the match. If you want to keep the Usos... Wait, time out, sorry. Usos aren't strong, so you can't keep them strong.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want to make the Usos look strong...
Which is kind of impossible.
If you want to make them look strong at all, or you want to protect... There we go. If you want to protect the Usos at all... What you do is simple. You work that arm like you did, and you have some momentum with them on a hot tag. But whichever one of them twins is in there, I don't fucking know. They look the same, even though their face paint is different and they wear different colors. They look the same. So whichever one is in there that has the arm, the gimmicked arm, he gets the tag back in. And I could give you a good reference. I want to say London, the Revival versus Enzo and Cass.
All right, giving the Usos too much credit, but continue.
No, I'm not. Where the Revival beat the living piss out of Enzo the entire match. Mm-hmm. Enzo gets the hot tag to Cass, who's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach anything to this guy. You can't teach him anything.
You can teach him stuff, but you can't teach that.
You can't teach him how to talk. So they get the hot tag. He's back in it. He's working Revival. He's hot right now. The crowd's hot. The dumbass tags Enzo back in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is basically what happened tonight. You're absolutely right.
And since this guy was beat to hell, there was nothing he could do. And they lost because of it. So if they did something like that tonight, where they get that, he finally gets that hot tag after getting his arm worked all stupid, and then eventually he gets tagged back in, or he has no choice but to get back in, and then they just go right to his arm as he's about to secure some type of win, or he's about to get the upper hand, and they go right back to that arm to kill his momentum, and then hit him with the magic killer. Bam, done. Makes perfect sense. But they worked the arm, and it didn't play into the end of the match. That's the only small issue that I had with it. But I am glad that they worked the arm and did it throughout the entire match. I am happy with that. It just needs to tie into the end. And for anybody that's new to watching Anderson and Gallows, that's the style of match they're gonna wrestle. They're gonna work the arm, not an arm. They're not gonna West Briscoe it. They're gonna work a body part. They're gonna take the crowd out of the match. The crowd's not supposed to like them, and they make sure that they don't give you a reason to cheer for them. And there are a bunch of punches and kicks. Now, Anderson, who's gotten in a lot better shape, he's flying around the ring a bit more now.
This man looks godly compared to how he was in New Japan.
Yes.
Man, yeah, absolutely. This man, as soon as he got there, he's been in the gym.
Shit, he was looking like Festus when he was in New Japan.
You're absolutely right.
But toward the later end of his Japan run, he started getting in really, really, really good shape, and he is showing now, big time. But that's just a style of match that they wrestle. So don't start expecting glitz and glamours and all types of crazy. Don't expect that from them. Do not. Just expect that they're going to dominate matches. And there's nothing the other team's going to be able to do about it. That's the only thing you should expect from these two guys. All right. What do we have next?
After that, well, it wasn't anything notable.
Oh. Well, okay. AJ is in the back. He's preparing for his match with Reigns. No. They beat down the Usos until Roman Reigns came out for the save, right? Yeah, that was that. AJ's backstage. He's doing an interview, and they decide, well, the G and B or BG or whatever the fuck they are at this point. We need a name for these guys. But Gallows and Anderson, they interrupt the interview. They tell that guy, get up out of here. We need to talk to our guy in private. But in private means in front of everybody.
Of course, camera.
So this came after. There was a part earlier in the show where they were seen leaving AJ's locker.
AJ has a locker?
AJ has a locker, apparently.
I saw people.
They closed the door and said AJ Styles. I said, whoa, shit.
Discord saying that, but I'm like, wait, AJ has a locker?
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see that it had a symbol on it.
Yeah, there was a part where they show backstage. They're coming out of a locker room. They close the door. It says AJ Styles.
They just walked out of a broom closet with that had just had the symbol on it.
And then they fist bumped each other, and they were all smiles.
They walked out of a broom closet. Stop.
They were all smiles. They bro fist each other. So now we get the interruption of the interview, and they want to talk to the AJ Styles. AJ Styles, I don't need any help. I'm good.
Roman Reigns don't want none.
And they, they all agreed they're gonna be friends forever. And they shake on it forever.
Give me a clip.
AJ doesn't want them interfering in this match that he's gonna have with the Reigns and the Roman. All of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how did we get here? Again, this is another "how did we get here" moment, right?
There's no need to saying how we got here. We know how we got here, and we know how we're gonna get to the finish.
Well, wait, because first you have the AJ Styles match where they come out to congratulate him, and he has the look in his face. Mm-hmm. Then you have the segment where they're leaving out of his closet, and they're bro fisting each other, smiling. Mm-hmm. So something went right there, right? Mm-hmm. Or so you would think. Then you get this where they interrupt the interview, and they're back to the confusion again. How did we get here? They were just. First of all, why does Anderson and Gallows need to interrupt this interview when they've already spoken to AJ in the back in his closet?
Now, who says that he was actually back there?
That's what they're ensuing.
They just walked out of it.
So are you saying that Finn Balor was in the closet? Was Finn Balor trapped in the closet?
Okay, first of all, can we not go to the... Because I can bury everybody in the chat right now.
No. We're going to have fun with them. We're going to have fun with them. Don't you worry.
And I can.
Don't you worry.
I don't want
Are you talking about with the Balor?
No. He has nothing. Let me say it slowly. Let me pull the wiser right now and get close to this damn mic because I just want to say this slowly.
Make sure you give a sniff. I do it. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me make sure I can go. Just to...
Gotta get a little bit closer. I need to hear the wheels roll up. If you got okay.
Let me make sure I get this right for you guys. Finn, Balor,
Phil Bacon. All right. Mm-hmm.
Finnegan
has
nothing to do with tonight's Raw, and will not have anything to do with the Raw's ongoing until at least SummerSlam. So please stop thinking that he said see you guys on Monday. If you pay attention to how WWE works, then you would know that is a lie. Thank you. Just need to pull the wiser right there. Please stop.
I heard the squeak when you sat back a little bit.
Yep.
He said, "Get your ass back from the mic. Stop that. That's gimmick infringement." Is there a moment in here where I can get up close to the mic? I'm wondering.
I don't unless Lana.
Oh, wait. The room. All right. So, yeah.
Good bacon. That's GB stands for good bacon.
Good bacon. Yo. That would be clean. So yeah, I just don't understand why they needed to interrupt and speak to AJ again when they already spoke to AJ.
They like, I'm just gonna say it straightforward. The whole damn thing.
You gonna spell it out for us?
No comment. The whole thing just didn't make any sense. Like, granted, okay, they come out, they congratulate, I guess, quote unquote, congratulate AJ Styles. They already show you what they have. Cool. That they're proud of their guy actually winning a match, you know. But at the same time, it's like, why would you show them coming out of a locker room?
Yeah.
You already.
They could have held that. They could have did that part after this part.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it would make sense, but they didn't do that.
If they just cut out the part of them just coming out to congratulate AJ Styles, there you go. It's still fine. It's perfect. It's perfect. There you go. Everything else would have been fine.
Just weird how they placed this whole thing. Sami Zayn versus my guy Ruru.
First of all, hold up. Before we actually get to that, let me just say a shout out to everybody that's in the chat. All 341 of you guys watching, which means that at about 2 seconds, the like should actually end up being about 2,000. If that's the case, then
hold on. How do we go from 10,000 to 2,000?
Over time. So how about, if you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. And I'm dropping this link in the chat as well. You know, first of all, I just want to say shout out for everybody.
Are we going to put over the Discord?
Shout out to everybody. Hold on. I got this. Shout out to everybody that's actually here in the post show. Hopefully you guys are also hitting the thumbs up as well. And thank you for watching as long as you have. I'm going to drop this in the chat because this is basically for the live. For this donation thing that you can get over to Wyzatv. It'll show up on your screen once you actually donate. It will be greatly appreciated. And also, for those who don't know, Wyzatv today has made a Discord chat room for you guys, just in case you want to talk about wrestling or anything in between. It'd be greatly appreciated if you guys also go to that as well. Possibly Wyzatv will put it in the description as soon as this is done here, but I'll drop the link in the chat as well.
Hold on real quick as you're plugging that. That invitation link that I'm going to put in the description, it's only going to be available for 24 hours. So you have to join it within 24 hours or that link will no longer be valid. Now I have to put up another one. So make sure that you join it there. It's a chat that we can talk wrestling anytime. Absolutely anytime. And I'm thinking that I'm going to be using that Discord chat to do my live call-ins. I think that might be the way. I'm thinking that might be the way.
We're going to talk about that later.
That might be the answer.
You might have to talk about that later.
But I'm going to have to set it. I got like a little elaborate setup.
You won't have to talk about that later.
But I got 2 weeks to work.
Yeah, okay, fine, cool. You got time.
Yeah, not now.
Okay, obviously, but okay.
Yeah. So,
continuing on.
Damn, I should have got some water while you was doing that.
You absolutely right. So you know what? Go on ahead and just tell me what's the next thing. Matter of fact, go ahead and get some water.
We got Rusev.
We got Rusev. First of all,
hold on. Who was he going against again? Oh, Sami Zayn. So talk about Sami Zayn. I'll be right back by the time you get to Rusev and
All right. So pretty much this Rusev versus Sami Zayn was just to show you guys, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, the League of L's is no more. I just want to point that out now. League of L's is no more. And it shows you that once Rusev started coming out with Lana tonight, who looked damn good in the purple and the black. But mind you, I also want to add one more thing. This was just a so-so match when it comes to Sami Zayn. Rusev has already been in a position where he could just show off so-so matches, but it doesn't matter the ending. It was just a meh match. As this man comes back with the whole sniff gimmick. He's all crazy. Hold on, is he about to get close to the bike? Okay, let me back up.
So
about to get close to the bike. That's what you're about to do? The sniff gimmick.
So Rusev comes out. Comes out. And on his back.
Wait. On his back. Oh, okay. If that's the case, hold up. Sir, I need you to drink some water before. They need to hear the gulp. They need to hear the gulp.
Water.
Oh, okay. Let me back up with my earphones. That's too damn close. I feel offended. Bruh. Oh. You're my man. Okay, let me just turn it down.
Like the way Lana was up on Rusev, like, on his back with that short, skin tight skirt on, with the jacket, just flaring it out like Phil Bacon. With them legs.
Purple.
She was clean, man.
She's wearing purple tonight.
She was clean, man.
Maybe you want to drink some great drink.
Wait, what?
I'm dead serious. I wanted to drink some great drink when I saw it come out.
I said, dude, why does it just taste his snot? Back up about an inch. No.
Yo, I felt offended.
If somebody's going to do some gimmick infringement, I got to show them how to do it.
I'm going to not end up doing that ever again. I felt offended. All right. Never again. Got it.
Yo, get him a tissue.
So it's Wyzatv Tully Blanchard now.
I was happy to see her out there with Rusev because it's been a long ass time since we seen her with Rusev.
Ever since the beginning, pretty much, of League of Nations.
Yeah. She came out with them that first week and not again. Mm-hmm. So with her coming out, I was thinking like, oh, maybe we might get like a little interference from Lana because she know how to deliver that kick. And I'm thinking like, yo, it'd be real cool if now we start getting some heat on. You know what? Rusev just needs to split away from League of Nations.
League of Nations is no more. They're done.
Is it?
Yeah, it's over. It's supposedly over after this. I think it was ADR went on us.
Yeah, because they were all by themselves tonight.
Yeah, they got ADR went on a Spanish gimmick, radio gimmick, and pretty much said that League of Nations is actually splitting up. So yeah, they're done. They're pretty much done and over with.
But JBL or was it Cole? One of them on commentary said, "Hey, it's not looking like a good night tonight for the League of Nations."
So they're probably going to show that they're completely split up on SmackDown or something. But yeah, they're done.
You almost choked on my water. You're wiser. Hold on, let me do it. You're wiser. Trying to build some muscle.
No comment.
That's the Hodge Twins reference. That was so good. Oh, can you? Oh, somebody asked for the donation. Oh, you already
hit him 3 times.
Damn. I believe it is connected. Let me test it out for you guys to make sure it's connected.
Just for you guys.
Make money, Wyzatv.
Oh, yeah, it's connected.
This is a test donation for $54.
Hopefully you guys will send your graces Wyzat's way. It would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, so I would like, since they are going to be splitting up, if that is a thing, I would like for Lana to start interfering in Rusev's matches, but like behind the ref's back, ref don't catch it. Lana deliver that big ass stiff kick. Ooh, them legs, Lana.
Oh, go ahead. Since you go here with the whole with the light skinned twins gimmick, you might as well hit him with the Yo, you eating the mic? Chill. Wait, I feel offended. There you go. Wait, let me turn that down. Whoa. That was, first of all, that was mad loud out of nowhere. Just whoa. Can I get some distance, sir? I feel offended.
Some distance on it. Oh, you meant like away from the mic. My bad. I thought you meant like.
Yeah.
Never mind. Pause.
Like, whoa.
I think that'd be pretty cool though. Like, you know, so that she could start getting some heat on the matches a little bit, because you can't do anything to her. Kind of like the whole Chyna thing. Like, Chyna will fuck you up, but you couldn't do nothing to her. Mm-hmm. She's a woman. Mm-hmm. And they hide behind her. Now, I'm not saying Rusev should hide behind Lana. Lana delivered that kick. You know, maybe they chase after Rusev a little bit.
Oh, that
Rusev not chase after Rusev, but chase after Lana a little bit. And then Rusev just stonewalls them. Like, that'd be some good stuff, you know, that they could do. Because now they could actually use Lana in his matches. Whereas before, you know, she was just out there. She was the businesswoman. Rusev crushed that whole thing, and she couldn't really interfere.
And people just need more of that super kick. With the hang time?
Yo, why should she be leaving a leg up like... Why should she be leaving the leg up like that? Damn, that leg. Like, why should she be doing that?
Bro, she flexible. Ain't nothing...
It just stay up
ain't
there,
nothing
though.
wrong with a flexible woman. You know she's flexible because she stays up there for like 10 minutes. which means that she can get off all up in there for like 10 minutes with the leg all the way up in there with her standing.
Yeah, we might have to move on before we just keep talking about Lana and these legs. So, I was about to call this boy Zach Del Rio. What's his name? Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn.
Oh, that's a good repackage. Oh, wait. We're not no-selling the fact that you just repackaged this whole man's life. Hold up. Oh, he says, what's the Hispanic woo-woo-woo? What's the Hispanic? Arriba. Wait.
It's not too early to repackage this guy?
Good Lord. Zach Del Rio.
Sami Zayn is now Zach Del Rio.
All right. His name is Sami Zayn. Oh, God, remember that. Oh, man.
Oh, man. All right. Please do, because I'm definitely going to forget by the end of the day. All right. So, Sami Zayn wins this match via the roll-up. And I've said this a while ago. I've always felt as though they've been protecting Rusev. Even while he was in League of Nations, I've always felt like they've been semi-protecting Rusev. They know that there's something still there. And here's why I say they've been semi-protecting Rusev. Now, he might take some losses, but it's usually via the roll-up. And outside of that, if you look at the League of Nations, Rusev has actually been able to display his character a whole lot in comparison to those three. Or those two. Well, those three, because Wade Barrett was there.
I mean, he's Bulgarian. He's Bulgarian.
But we didn't know this guy was so fucking funny.
He's still a television champion. To this day.
He is still the television champion.
No one has been able to take that from him.
Rusev's been out of control with these guys. Rusev don't give a fuck. All right, so he took this L via the roll-up. Sami Zayn goes up the ramp. He gets attacked by the Owens.
What in the hell? Oh.
And the Owens stood there.
Continue. Hold on. Wait. Just to continue, because my mic's messing up.
I'm fine with this. That's what I does. So he was attacked by the Owens. Now, before the whole match took place, we finally got something that I've been wanting since the Royal Rumble with the Sami and the Zayn, or Zach Del Rio. Something to tell us who this guy is and why we should care about him. Now, they didn't necessarily give us that, but they finally gave us something else I've been asking for. A reason on why I should give a fuck about this feud if I don't know about these people. Now, I know about El Generico and Kevin Steen. I know that rivalry. I know that feud. I know all about it. I know about the ole. I know about kill, Steen, kill. I know this stuff. But let's say I didn't. Let's say I didn't know about these guys at all. Let's say I don't have the WWE Network. And I didn't watch wasn't really much stuff in NXT, but I didn't watch the story being told in NXT. Let's just say I didn't. It's what I wanted the WWE to do on the main roster. Tell us why we need to give a damn about these two together. Why their rivalry is such a big deal. Why? And they still kind of didn't, but they did they caught us up to speed.
It's sad that it's just taken them so long to do this.
It should not have taken 4 months for one video package. 4 months for one video package that they could have been playing the entire time that Zach Del Rio was on injury reserve.
You know, I don't think that WWE realizes that this rivalry alone is so much money. Like, this alone is just something that they could just profit on like crazy. I don't think they realize that.
And they're still not capitalizing on
it. And you can see that because they're just taking their time with it, letting everybody know and having them come up to the main roster, doing all this stuff. We could just get to the point, show them what, exactly what led up to this instead of taking like 35 days in order to do so.
I would say WWE can do this because they're WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not go and talk to the guys at Ring of Honor and work out a deal in which they could get that footage to play up this rivalry even more. That would put over Ring of Honor. All they would have to do is ask Ring of Honor, hey, can we use this footage? Ring of Honor would be dumb to say no. They would be absolutely retarded to say no. Because it's
and they can't show this. They can't show themselves anymore, really. Well, they can.
And they've already spoken about. They've already showed Ring of Honor stuff in the past. Well, when it comes to the Daniel and the Bryan and the CM and the Punk, CM Phil Brooks.
Yeah, I was kind of confused about who you said right there. But yeah, exactly. And it's that actually, you know what? They can't pay him off, but they also have been using that footage for showing like the best of Ring of Honor and all that stuff, and they have had Steen on the cover of it, as well as Generico, just to show exactly how, where this rivalry originally came from and how great it was with the matches. But at the same time, yeah, WWE has enough money to pay them off and actually show it.
They don't even need to. Just from a business move perspective, Ring of Honor should just be like, fuck yeah, you can use our footage. Because it shows Ring of Honor, and it shows what Ring of Honor is about, which will get more eyes on Ring of Honor. Just being in the video packages. Just being in it. Now, I don't know what that does for the El Generico thing, because they don't want to play that up at all.
Mm-hmm.
But still.
With the old leg.
And, but I'm talking about WWE. And to be fair, El Generico has been kayfabed for so long. Still to this day, El Generico is being kayfabed to hell. Yep. To this day. They are... and maybe that's why they're not doing it. Maybe that's why. Because they still don't want to say that Sami Zayn and El Generico is the same person. They don't want to, like, come out and say it.
Yeah,
And I can understand now. I can understand that. But, I mean, come on. You could easily say this guy has moved on from that persona to become an even larger than life WWE superstar now. And he has, and now he's this guy. He's gotten rid of the mask that's shied him away from the personality that was inside him. You could do anything with that and really pinpoint why this feud is such a big deal. And with that, I say that they're missing the boat. But at least they gave us a reason on why we should care about this feud.
I don't think they think that Sami versus KO would be a draw.
Well, no, because they're doing it too fucking early. Mm-hmm. I personally think that this is happening too early. Where do they go from here?
Wait, what? I mean...
Okay. These guys are going to be in WWE, barring injury, for at least the next 5 years.
Yes, this is a given.
Are they going to keep feuding for the next 5 years?
You're damn right.
No, it's not going to.
Yeah, they are.
It's WWE. It's WWE.
Yeah, they are. Is it?
It's WWE. It's WWE.
Okay, wait. I can say this.
Sami Zayn is going to be with Fandango by SummerSlam.
Okay, you know what?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Next year SummerSlam, at least. Okay, SummerSlam, you're right, but next year SummerSlam, not this year's.
This is what WWE does.
But I will say this: you're actually right on them actually jumping the gun with it. I just felt that they shouldn't have done it as early as NXT, like the first night that KO came out.
No, they shouldn't have. That would have been, because they know that it's something that was going to carry into the main roster. So what you do is you have them as friends on. Well, but then they needed that badass heel though, and they didn't have.
And
one.
KO is him being a face is. He can't pull off a face. He can pull off a face for him, but
or maybe you keep them apart from each other.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You tell that they're friends. But Kevin Owens gets his heat somewhere else. Get his heat on Phil Bacon, right? Get your heat on Phil Bacon. Mm-hmm. You keep these two apart, and then when you get into that part where they start getting closer and closer to each other, and they're getting closer and closer to possibly having a match, Phil Bacon beats Sami Zayn for the title. Just completely gets in the middle of that whole thing. And somebody gets moved up. And then it's a to be continued. They're like, they don't even have their match on NXT. No match. Nothing.
Now,
save it for the roster. Save it for the main roster.
This is barring that Sami never got injured.
Yes. Well, who injured him?
Exactly.
Keith Owens.
But
well, he was a little banged up before.
Yeah, he was, but still at the same time, it's like even when you do this,
and then the arm when he threw out his arm coming on the entrance, that's his fault.
Yeah.
But he was banged up beforehand.
Yeah, but even when you do this, you just keep them separate until the main roster. Sami Zayn's already on the roster. Kevin Owens about to get on the roster. He wants to be known. Plus, he gets to continue with the rivalry. Kevin Owens should have been the one that came after Sami Zayn and not the other way around, because Sami Zayn was in NXT for how many years?
2 to 3. No, about
too
3.
Long.
About 3 years.
Too long.
Now, he was in there when fucking Chris Hero was in there.
Too long.
Yeah, where's Prince Devitt? So let's move on from this. What do we get next?
Let's continue on from that.
Up the next. Gotta get this ad. So up next we had Apollo.
My man. We don't be disrespecting my mans tonight. Bruh. He smiled today. You see that big old smile?
Apparently, he gave somebody in Africa water today. He shared his water.
God.
For anybody that's new and don't know about the Apollo Crews gimmick with the water.
I need you to stop. Let's not have that continue on, all right? Because everybody in the chat is going to say this is a given. But stop dissing my man Apollo Crews. Leave Uha alone. Leave that man alone. He just like smiling, damn it.
Why?
Can't a brother just...
First of all, does Apollo Crews have bottom teeth?
Okay, first of all, yes. But can't a brother just smile? Damn.
Anytime this guy's cheesing, all I see is his fucking top teeth. Does he have bottom teeth?
Let the man smile.
What the fuck is he so happy about? He should be running around looking like Birdman, rubbing his hands.
Why are we doing this?
Talking about respect my name. When you say my name, put some respect behind it.
Right now.
Some respect behind it. Some respect behind it. With the tattoo. He should have tattoos on his face.
Why are we doing this?
Why is this dude smiling? Ain't nothing to smile. You're black.
Yo, stop.
And you got a bald head.
The reason,
why are you smiling?
That's the reason why he should not be smiling. Because he's black.
And got a bald head.
He should be feeling the oppression of the man. Stop smiling. Stop smiling.
Ain't no reason to smile. Ain't no reason to smile. You ain't making no wishes. What you smiling about?
Soon that man's gonna be on Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, he gonna be making these wishes.
He damn sure gonna be making these wishes.
He gonna be making these wishes.
Ain't nobody turn down that smile. Thank you.
He gonna be making these wishes.
Bacon of the art understands Apollo is so talented. You can't. He's just so talented, man. Let the man smile. Bro. Let the man.
My connection went out, but I went and checked my route and everything's good.
Yeah, everything it's gonna come back up. Don't worry about it. We fine.
All right, so just keep going. Don't do nothing.
I don't continue on from when everything happened. Stop disrespecting.
I don't need to refresh anything.
Yeah. It's still going.
Okay, it look like we're good.
Stop disrespecting my man's Apollo Nation. All right, Apollo Crews. Leave him alone. All right. He just likes to smile. He's just a smiling African American. Can
we at least get a reason on why this dude is happy? We can't.
Oh.
No, I'm here.
What the hell? I don't know. It's just dying out on me. Anywho, we don't need a reason, all right? He's an African American that is happy to be in a position that he is in compared to a lot of other African Americans. That's why he's smiling. He's smiling because he's disrespecting y'all as other African Americans who are fucked up in y'all lives. He's in WWE making this money. And where are you? That's why he's smiling. Cheese on him. Fuck y'all.
But at the end of the day.
Fuck y'all.
At the end of the day.
Black.
Exactly.
So
it's right there in the chat. He's black.
So what you're saying is because he's black, he's got to be just mean mugging everybody. Like, don't look at me. I know I'm talented. Leave me alone.
Bro, he should be running around looking like Birdman.
Stop.
With a bald head. Yo, this dude should be angry all the time. Let me ask you this question. So you like Apollo Crews? I mean, you like ooh-ha.
He is a very talented, very gifted African American man. Yes.
Right. Would you be more invested in Apollo Crews, Uha Nation? You know what? Would you be more invested in Uha Nation as Apollo Crews or as Birdman?
See, that's the thing. Stop. I'd be like, yo, that gimmick's out of control, but no.
Yo, he just come in with the Birdman hand rub With the tattoo on his face?
And on his head too? Stop.
Yeah, when you announce my name, put some respect on it.
So what you're saying is...
Like, he gets on the mic like that.
Okay, all right.
When they announce his name, you announce my name, you put some respect on it, you hear me? You put some respect behind my name when you say my name, you hear me?
I think this live chat here...
And he got like a gang behind him now.
I think this live chat should just bust out all the bald-headed, muscular black dudes.
And he got a gang of black dudes behind him.
All drinking from the same cup.
All drinking from the same cup, wave caps and fitted hats. Maybe on hoverboards.
You know what? I think Birdman rides a hoverboard to his car. You know what?
I think
if we're going to be doing that, let this man go down the ramp with a hoverboard. On a hoverboard.
Rubbing his hands like Birdman.
Rubbing his hands like Birdman.
Milk Dud Nation.
Stop it. I hate y'all. I really do. The disrespect you're giving to this guy. But yeah, back onto this whole damn thing.
He's got to slow down his matches, though. Like, he's just busting out. Like, there's no psychology in his matches.
You do realize that there's, like, he's not showing out all he can do, so F it. Might as well. I'm not surprised by it.
There's zero psychology.
So I'm not surprised by it. They're not letting him be him.
There was also one more thing that I saw that just made me say, yeah, this dude ain't going no higher than the lower mid-card.
And that is...
So simple. It was all in the camera work. And I said this on Twitter, but I didn't go into detail for a reason. Because I wasn't going to do it in 140 characters. But
I think you mentioned this before when he was doing the promo with, what is...
No. What I'm about to say I didn't mention before.
Oh, go ahead.
Here's what I want you to realize. With WWE, let's say they have... Look at John Cena,
Okay, before wait. I want you to do this at the same time because the chat's not coming up in the on the OBS, so you can just go ahead and see.
Oh, I gotta rebook my chat?
Yeah, you probably just gotta turn that off and then turn it back on.
It was frozen?
Yeah, it's frozen actually right now. I'm noticing it on the stream.
Like that? Just hit the I one and boom and boom?
I don't even see anything, so you might as well change. You might as well just...
Oh, because I'm not looking at your thing here, or you can't see my thing. So let me just do that.
So we got some interruptions. We just want to put over the chat. That's all we want to do.
Okay, I think it refreshed.
All right. In the meantime, since we at this moment, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It's nice to see that. It might have got.
Yep, it's refreshed. It's moving.
It might have got a little bit. Some people might have left, but we still appreciate those that stayed, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. So hit that thumbs up button in the meantime, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Other than that, I'm gonna drop this link on y'all, and once y'all go to that link, y'all can show some love to Wyzatv. As for those who are coming back to watching this after it's all done, we still appreciate you though. We still appreciate you coming through and hitting the thumbs up as well. Hopefully you have, and hopefully if you are new, you have hit that subscribe button as well. Let's continue on now.
Okay. Here's what I noticed. You have, and you can think about it with thinking about John Cena. John Cena is not necessarily the tallest guy in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But through the years, you wouldn't really notice it because they never made Cena look, or they never really had him up against guys that are like his height and just a little taller. And if they did, the way that they would work the camera would make it look like they're either at the same height. Like, just make him look bigger than what he is. For example, Hulk Hogan. They always say Hulk Hogan was 6'8". Do you see where I'm going with this?
Come on now. His height's not going to...
That it's a WWE thing.
His height...
Right?
Look, I...
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
That backstage segment. When they have Apollo Crews there, and then Cody comes up, and I'm looking at the height difference, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know this dude was that short. Because when you see Cody standing next to anybody else, Cody on camera, Cody in the ring, Cody just looks like a shorter dude. Now, he's not short, but you just look, the way that they present him makes him look a bit shorter. Bring him down on the card a little bit. What's the boy name? Cruz. Mm-hmm. I just found it very odd that a big black bald head brother,
all these,
Mad Diesel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just found it really weird that they would put him in a shot in which he just looks like a midget compared to Cody Rhodes, of all people. Normally, what they would do is they would work the camera angle. They may put, they give the guys the bigger souls to make, put them a little higher up off the ground. They do those things to make guys look bigger than what they are, to make guys look taller than what they are. But here, even if it's just for Cody Rhodes, they had this guy looking like a fucking, like this dude like a midget when I saw him, bro.
All right.
I said, they don't even care to make this dude look larger than nah, they don't give a fuck.
All right, let me just say, now, I can agree with you to some extent. It's just that if that's the case, then I mean, it's like this. This is all on Vince. Everything. This, okay. When it comes to Apollo Crews even being on the main roster as quickly as he has been.
Think about Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, like he was taller than everybody.
Yeah, but yeah.
But the way that they showed him,
because he was like what, 6'2", 6'1", not that dude. But when it comes to Apollo Crews, whose real height is actually about 5'10", 5'11", right? That's his real height. I don't.
If that's his real height, then he made Cody look like he was about 6'3".
No, I know this because a long time ago, I actually went to one of the shows that he was at. I forgot okay. which promotion it was. It doesn't really matter. But he's legit.
You don't remember what show you went to?
No, I don't remember it actually. But he's legitimately about 5'10", 5'11". Okay. I think I don't know what they book him as, but it's probably like 6 foot. Cody Rhodes is legitimately 6'1", and he actually has the whole those boots that actually do end up giving you an extra inch. Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes wears those at Stardust. He does wear those type of boots. So it's that noticeable height difference actually came in that segment, because as far as I know, Apollo doesn't have those type of boots.
But that's the thing. When WWE wants guys to get over, and they want guys to look bigger than they are, they give them that. For example, what is Seth Rollins' height? Right now, I'm looking at Apollo Crews. They got him billed as 6'1".
That's a fucking lie.
They got him billed as 6'1". That's what they have.
And Cody, check Cody.
And you telling me when they showed him next to Cody, that dude like he was 6'1"?
Check.
Fuck no.
Check Cody. Because
let's see what he's built as.
Let me guess. They gonna put 6'3"? This man's legitimately 6'1".
Cody Rhodes, they have him billed as. Wait, I gotta go a little further.
6'7".
No, because they don't have it right there.
Oh, so you gotta.
They have Cody billed as 6'2". I'm on Wikipedia on that.
Now, mind you, you want to see how much? Now you saw the height difference. I saw the height difference.
It was a fucking huge height difference in that shot.
Yeah, ain't no damn 6'1" on Apollo Crews. They must have caught that. They must have measured that when he was in the middle of jumping. Get out of here.
That was his vert.
Exactly. Like that was a complete lie. But the thing is, like I said, everything that's having to do with Apollo Crews is all on Vince. Vince is the one controlling him. Vince is the one.
But but you see what I'm saying about it, though, right?
It's not a good look to actually show such.
Yep. Even on WWE's website, they got him at 6'1".
Yeah. Right. But yeah,
they have him at 6'1".
It's not a good look to actually show so much of a height difference, especially when it comes like it's not even Apollo's fault. It's the cameraman's fault on that one. It's his fault.
But it's Vince's fault.
Yeah, it's Vince's fault.
Because it's the way he wants his guys shot.
Yeah, it's the way that he wants his guys shot. So then all the way back to it, it's Vince's fault. It's not Apollo's fault. It's not.
But I don't think it's a fault. I don't think it's a fault thing. The thing that I think it is that's the way he wanted to look, because he's probably just not invested into him as a star.
He's invested to him. He's invested.
They got Cody at 6'2". That camera did not show a 1-inch height difference. That was not 1 inch. Hilarious. This dude Apollo ain't getting pushed no time soon, bro.
He is. He is as a mid-carder.
Bro.
He is as a mid-carder. As a mid-carder, he is.
He might get pushed to mid-card.
Yeah, and then sadly he's going to get pushed when he turns heel. Like, the thing...
I wonder what they could do with him as a heel. Maybe he does come in with a tattoo on the side of his face.
Stop it. Because the thing is, as much as I am okay with him being a mid-card, it's just that they haven't been letting this man show everything they can do in the ring. So, okay, cool, fine. Keep him in the position that he's in. But the thing is, even when it comes to this match tonight, right, it was just okay, all right. You do things, you flip. You do a spin out power bomb, which is the dumbest.
Now I'm looking at the chat. My man T Money says Seth Rollins is 6'2", Dean is 6'3", and Samoa John Cena is 6'1". I went to SummerSlam. I saw all three of these guys. I'm 6, almost 6'1". I'm 6. I'm 6, and I'm at 6.5.
Samoa John Cena is exactly 6 feet. That is a.
I'm at 6.5. I would say Seth is just a bit taller than me.
Did he have the boots on?
I would say Dean. Now we were in regular shoes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
I would say Dean is. Just looking at it, just eye to eye. Dean looked a little shorter than, or just the same height as Seth. Now that might be a casual boots to sneakers type of thing. I don't know. And Dean was at around the same height.
And then
Uwa was around the same height as well.
Now understand, all three of those dudes, because Dean is the shortest out of all of them. This is a given.
But the way they show Reigns, you would think Reigns was a fucking juggernaut.
Exactly. But you gotta show him versus the Big Show, and look, you really tell the difference.
They got Dean at 6'4" on his website.
Like, you can.
Hell no. Fuck no, this dude ain't 6'4". Unless I just fucking grew for that weekend. Ain't no way that dude is 6'4". Ain't no fucking way.
That's not possible. But at the end of the day, I mean, you already know that those guys like to exaggerate a little bit when it comes to billing these guys' heights. And especially if that's the case with Apollo Crews, then yeah. Psych. But at the end of the day, this man is athletic.
They had Daniel Bryan at 5'10". That should tell you what you need to know.
That man is like 5'7". Okay, whatever. But
should tell you what you need to know.
But at the end of the day, give that man the respect he deserves. Okay? He's talented. He's gifted. Okay?
So we had Dean Ambrose next with Jericho, and stuff happened, and Walls of Jericho on the announce table, and Natalya versus Evil Emma. Bro, like, I don't know how WWE did this. They managed to make me not give a single fuck about Dean Ambrose.
I want to know why.
Like, I mean, the moment this is
because
like
the moment that they decided to end up swerving everybody and taking out a good idea and switching it with a bad idea, which would have obviously killed Dean's momentum. In other words, switching out the idea of Dean versus Trips and into Dean versus Brock. Once they switched that out, I
don't think they ever had that idea.
I'm pretty sure they had that idea.
When the hell did they have that idea?
If it wasn't Dean versus Trips, then it was Dean, Trips, and Roman. Either way.
Where the fuck?
No.
All right, see,
No. They had that idea. I'm just saying. But either way.
They never even hinted at that.
Stop it. Let's continue on.
Sir, where would you get that from?
Madam, continue on. Once they took that out of the equation, then they chose the dead end. Then they chose the dead end, which would have obviously just stopped Dean's momentum, which is why would you actually have that happen? Because Dean is going to die. So what reason would they have to bring him back? And then they had no reason to bring him back. He's just back. And now he's going against whoever the hell he wants to go against. Okay, why?
If I could interject.
You're going to be doing this again? Okay, go ahead.
If I can interject. So they built up Dean for Brock.
Why?
The thing that I have where I just don't believe that is they were already, like, Dean was already getting hot before Brock came into that equation. Before the fast lane gimmick. Dean was getting hot before the Royal Rumble, where Brock was nowhere near Dean. Brock wasn't anywhere near Dean. Brock was slated for something else. Right?
Brock always comes in hot because Suplex City.
No, Brock was slated for someone else. Brock was slated for the Wyatt gimmick.
Yes, and that's when they switched the idea. And I don't know why.
Stop with this idea.
They had the idea. You can tell they had the idea.
Bro, Roman Reigns was still champion.
Yeah, no matter. No. What I'm saying is, no matter what, the idea of having Dean as part of that still would end up with Roman end up winning regardless. Yeah, I'm not saying
you said Roman versus Triple H.
I kind of botched that. It doesn't matter. Either way, Dean was look. Like, it doesn't matter. You already knew what was going to come out of that. At the end of the day, once they switched that and decided to actually have Dean versus Brock, and you know
what was switched. What was switched?
Can we just continue on?
Because if you're saying triple threat, it wasn't going to be that
We
either.
have to start fighting. We got
There was going to be Roman. Period. They weren't going to put that spotlight on anyone else but Roman. It just that's just, bro. Like I
feel you and everything.
I can't even say I feel you right now.
I feel you and everything.
It wasn't.
No, I feel you and everything.
That wasn't even a
thought. I feel you and everything and all. But once they put Dean in that position to go against Brock, that's how you knew that it was actually going to be the outcome what it was, with you not caring about him after that.
Like I don't see, but like,
because,
why?
No, because why is he even going after Brock when you know the outcome? You know the outcome, and it's the outcome that itself that actually kills it for you.
Now here's the gimmick.
Why should you really watch it knowing the outcome?
Here's the gimmick, and I said this about Sheamus, and I said this about my man
Rusev.
They have. I'm comparing Dean Ambrose to Sheamus and Rusev.
I'm nothing.
And it's a very fair comparison, and you know where I'm going.
I know where you're going with this.
How can WWE show us? They can show us that they can build a star. They show it to us whenever they want to. Whenever they need someone to put on a high-profile match, they're going to spotlight them. And they're going to make them look real fucking good. They have the ability to do it. I.e. the Dean Ambrose. But the part that I don't understand is why do they take it away?
Because, the bigger guys, the bigger guys who were already there before them, let's say like John Cena or Brock Lesnar or Undertaker, they got to die to them.
There is no reason why Dean should not have come up on Raw the night after Mania. Sell his injuries to Brock. It's not like he having a fucking big match with Brock. That match was about 10 minutes, and it wasn't even extreme or nothing like. There was no real street fight. Stop it, reaching.
They were reaching that whole time.
Reach game on. Dawson.
Yo,
crazy Dawson right there.
Sky, the sun is close to their hand.
Crazy Dawson.
He had a chainsaw and a bat for this man that went nowhere.
Yo, just you wait until Dean Ambrose got to go up against Wapak, dude. So,
who's going to be the heel? Continuing on, though.
So, how? I mean, I know how they did it, and it started with them not putting him on that Raw, which was absolutely idiotic. But I think that they did it on purpose because they was ready to kill his momentum right there. That was the start of it. Because since then, I don't think we've had a reason to give a fuck about Dean, and he's gone back to just going up against guys that we don't give a damn about. Jericho.
He's been in this position before, actually. Dean has been in
this position plenty of times. They can start and stop him whenever they want, but why take away money? Why flush money down the toilet?
Let me just say, because
they know they could build stars. They could build them, so build these stars and keep them as stars and make this money.
Let me just say that.
Why don't they want this money? Why can't they give it to me? That's why I'm really mad. I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. This is why I'm mad. They don't want this money. They can give me this goddamn money.
Give this man this money.
Tired of their shit.
You hear this rant? WWE, we're booking you correct. He's booking you correctly here.
Give me your goddamn money.
Give him the money.
They don't want it.
C. Cut a check.
They don't want this money. Give it to me. Shit.
But at the end of the day, like I said, Dean.
He dropped the link in it.
Put you over. You're supposed to no sell it.
Wait. Speaking of dropping links, let me run this ad right quick. I need this money. So
at the end of the day, like I said, Dean has been in this position where he has actually had no momentum and then come back. But
can I just disagree with somebody in the chat?
Oh, go ahead.
And I really wish that people would stop saying
Get him.
They need to get rid of the PG era crap. and bring back the Attitude
Era.
Now, it was so much better. You don't. They proved that you don't.
Proved it, man.
It's not the Attitude Era's been gone for about.
Bro, it's like 20 years.
Almost like going up on 20 years.
Like 15 years.
They just showed you Dean Ambrose as a star in the PG era. They showed you Rusev as a monster heel in the PG era. They showed you The Rock talking about Lana.
The Russian wheelbarrow, something like that.
Yeah. Doing things in the PG era. They've showed you the Shield in the PG era. They've showed you a lot. It could be the PG era. It's what they decide to do. They don't give a fuck. They're not trying to make this money at the end of the day. They're not trying to make this money. They need to give it to me.
I just feel like at the end of the day,
I need to go on ahead and tweet them.
I just feel like at the end of the day,
I'm tired of their shit, honestly.
They're trying to go
I'm real tired of their bullshit. Because they got stars. They could do it. They've done it. They do it, and then they take it away. I'm tweeting these motherfuckers.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's like they're just building up to something that's not going to really lead anywhere. And that's the sad thing about it. And to someone who actually said in the Discord earlier that Dean Ambrose could actually imagine Dean Ambrose in the Attitude Era, no.
Okay.
One-legged.
All caps. I'm
gonna say this real quickly.
I'm real tired of this shit.
Someone who in the Discord that actually said that Dean Ambrose could actually survive in the Attitude Era. I just
survive where in the mid? Maybe in the mid card.
No. He said that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the mid card, he was like the Brooklyn Brawler to everything else. Because come on now, just think of it.
There was no way they were gonna put him up there with Austin.
No way they were gonna put him up there with Rock. No way in the hell they're gonna put him up there with
because here's the example that you have. He would have been on the exact same level that Brian Pillman was at.
Oh, man.
That's exactly where Dean would have been. That would have been Brian Pillman in the Attitude Era was Dean Ambrose's.
Some of y'all mad young that never experienced the Attitude Era. You just go back to it on WWE Network and actually look back and see how awesome it was. Y'all have never experienced that. Come on now. Y'all can't even talk about, we want the Attitude Era back. Come on now. They've done all they can to show you that you don't need to have a whole bunch of curses and a whole bunch of nudity pretty much everywhere in order to actually sell. They sell.
There's a comment right there. Christopher Auditor. Can logical wrestling come back, please? That's all you need.
That's like legit the only thing.
But it's here. It's called NXT.
Mm-hmm. It's what we want.
What do we have next? Because I don't even know. How did we get to this? How did we get here?
Dean Ambrose.
You
know one cares
fuck
about
that.
Dean Ambrose. And you can say you care about Dean Ambrose, but you don't care about Dean Ambrose. You care about him being the Ambrose Asylum. Continuing on.
Emma and Natalya. Natalya won. Throwaway match. I was pretty upset with because I like Evil Emma.
Yo, Can You Force Emma should be over.
I like this Emma. I've been liking this Emma for a while, and she should not be in squash matches.
Okay, Emma will be Raccoon. Okay, I just want to point that out.
Oh boy.
Because
the hair.
the
same attitude.
Attitude. Her name's.
It's all about me.
Raccoon.
We got Baron Corbin versus what we thought was going to be Damian Sandic.
Oh, thank God for this burial did not happen. First of all, can we talk the entrance? The red.
The red
that
gimmick.
Cleans it up. That cleans it up.
So you don't think that they did that because of Dolph?
No. You ain't gonna have no color change there just for this. Fuck him. No.
Like tampon red. That's Dolph.
Stop. What the? Wait.
This guy's pussy.
Is that time of the month? No.
It was definitely a time of the month for him.
All I got to say about that is, with the white, actually, because if you saw it like when he actually debuted on Raw with the entrance, I say that it didn't really look that clean with the white, but once they put some red on it, it actually cleaned it up.
They put a little spin on that.
Just the color just changed everything.
Oh shit, we gotta hurry up because we still got. Okay, we got 2 more segments. All right, so no match happened. These guys brawled, and yeah. So Miz and May Reese, they came in there to cut a promo. Decided to start tongue washing each other. Cesaro, all right. See,
what's happening to you, guy? Man, I don't know what's happening here. I mean, I Okay, how do you not notice this last week when he came out with the whole thing on the Titantron, on a Minitron or whatever the hell they call it, the whole 007 thing? How do you not notice that? Thought you would have caught that.
I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
Can't have him as a transporter. Damn it. Just have him as 007. Bald.
Here's the problem that they're already making with Cesaro.
Bald.
Here's the problem they're already making with the guy. They're giving him a gimmick.
That's not a bad thing if it works. See, what you're saying right now is that he can work without a gimmick. He can work with whatever gimmick he has. He could have
just been the Swiss Superman. He could have just been just the guy that just comes out as himself and just swings people around.
He is the Swiss Superman.
He could just come out and be like the ultra strong guy. Why is he like? All right, he came out in a suit, which means I repackaged him. But I don't repackage my dudes to always come out in suits.
So what? You expect him to wrestle in a suit? What? I don't follow.
Why is he always coming out the suit with the shades?
Why not? What kind of damn?
What is it like? What? All right. So that's his. But what does it add to his character?
He is the Swiss Superman. Remember, Superman has a thing where he tears open the shirt, tears it off, and actually has the costume under it, right?
But that's not how he's doing it. He's ripping it off like he's a stripper.
He's ripping it off like he's a stripper and showing his wrestling outfit, which is just his trunks and his knee pads and boots. That's basically it.
Why not rip the gimmick off like he's Clark Kent then?
Because of the fact that you'll be ripping off Samoan Superman gimmick. And John Cena Superman gimmick. They are already known as Superman. One has a Superman punch. The one is literally Superman. We can't have a Swiss Superman trying to be a Superman.
Yeah, but then one is marketed as Superman, though.
Yeah, but one is marketed as Superman, but not anymore.
And the one that's marketed as Superman, they treat him like fucking James Bond. What the fuck does James Bond have to do with Superman? Absolutely fucking nothing. Does he carry a gun?
You know,
PG era. No.
He's not Brian Pillman.
Does he carry a knife? Like what the fuck does it like? What? This is not gonna end well.
It's working, Waza. Just gotta work. Let's just stick with that. It's
not working. Cesaro works.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Cesaro right now is over because Cesaro.
No, but that's what I mean. Like whatever gimmick he actually has, he's actually,
meaning the gimmick is not working.
No. It's as the gimmick ain't working, but it's with Cesaro, so it's working. As with any gimmick that Cesaro's had, he's made it work because it's him that's making it work, not the gimmick itself.
Cesaro's made any gimmick work?
Cesaro's making the gimmick work. Yes.
You say he's made any gimmick?
Has he made any gimmick work? Yes.
No, you
possibly.
You said he's made any gimmick that he's had work, yes. Right? Paul Heyman.
Okay, see, that's not his fault. That is nowhere near his fault. That is not even close to be his fault. That is the
they're double.
That is the WWE's fault.
They're 007 in the guy right now, and I'm calling it right now. This is not gonna end well.
Okay, but you can't blame.
This is something that Vince will sour on immediately, and Vince sours on the gimmick before he sours on the person, and he never even looks at the person.
Yeah, but okay,
he sours on the gimmick.
Shout out to Chaz Bono, see you in the chat. But you can't blame the whole Paul Heyman thing on Cesaro.
I'm not.
You can't blame the gimmick thing.
It's the WWE.
Exactly. So you can't blame that on him.
I am blaming this gimmick on the WWE.
So many W's. We got to find out where all these W's is coming from.
I'll make up something for it later.
But yeah, I mean, just let the man do his job. Hopefully he'll get over.
I've already seen this guy put with all these different gimmicks and all of them being terrible. They could have just had the way that he left before he got hurt, the way he was, and the way he was just coming out. They could have just left it as is.
Working.
He didn't need to be touched.
It's working.
Why touch this man's nipples?
What?
Huh?
How do we get there? What? Check, please. What?
I didn't say that.
Huh? What?
They didn't need to mess with this guy.
It's working.
He was fine on the way out.
It's working. It's fine. It's working. Just let it be. Granted. Okay, the gimmick itself.
What do we have? What is this? 4/25. I'll make sure I remember this date. Okay, go ahead.
Look. All I gotta say is it's working for the time being.
I mean, 9.13 times out of 10, I'm right.
Yes, but at the end,
this is going to suck.
But I will also say that
I am great at predicting the future.
I will also say that part of what's making this work is the Miz. Part of what's making it work is the Miz.
The Miz has been kind of weird on his delivery lately, by the way.
It's his wife. I don't know. She's been sucking him off before they get outside. He's just been, I don't know.
Yo, she's been drinking from that cup, boy. She's been drinking it.
How you think she learned English so well? But still, either way, like it's actually the Miz that's helping out with Cesaro on that, because after this whole thing is done with, after that whole rivalry is done with, it's gonna be awkward for Cesaro.
You know what? I just realized.
It's gonna be an awkward transition. What's up?
I think I just realized why they're doing the 007 gimmick.
But wait. Oh, okay. I want to hear this.
And I doubt that they're this smart, so I might be wrong here. This is me giving them credit.
Wait, I think I know where you're going with this.
The Miz is in the movie business.
So what you're saying is trying to go to the Miz.
Cesaro is in the leading role here of the 007. It's a movie angle.
So
the whole thing is a movie angle.
So you think that's part of the reason why the Miz regurgitates good movie lines out of his mouth?
The whole thing's a movie angle.
You know what? You got it. I'm not even going to fight you on that. I couldn't. You got it. There you go. I don't know what I don't know how to respond to that other than, woo. There you go. Wap-a-doo.
Can we get to
Yes.
You want this one? Oh, the Roman in the Reigns.
Yes, I'll be
before the
happy to
match.
I'll be happy to do this
before the match, because this needs some explaining. The Roman in the Reigns and AJ,
somebody put on the Pokemon
paths.
music. This one's for you.
And your man AJ, just he stares him up and down, flips the hat backward, Ash Ketchum, and he sized up Roman like he was about to square up with him, though. Like AJ wasn't about to square up with this dude.
He did look him up and down like mad hard with that.
Yo, he was about to square this dude.
Like, you don't make that face unless you about to square. You don't look at another dude like that unless you about to throw hands.
And all he had for him was, Sunday, I'm taking your title from you.
And it's the response that Roman said.
Like, what the hell? Like, what the...
Okay, look.
First of all, I barely heard it.
I think it was something along the lines of,
It ain't too many lines, bro.
No. I think Roman said something along the lines of, like, what was it? You better have gotten ringside seats for your boys or something like that. And then he just walked away after an awkward pause.
Like,
look, at the end of the day, this whole damn build-up to finding out that that Roman's actually the leader of those two is fucking stupid. All right, it's fucking dumb. Okay, like they had literally no way of actually making this happen naturally.
Hold up, sir. We haven't talked about the match yet.
No. Because what I mean by that is, obviously, at the end of the day, you know where this is going. But the way that they are having this happen is fucking stupid.
Aces and eights.
Yeah, of course. It's just like aces and eights. But doing the way that they did it in TNA years ago is not supposed to be better than how you're trying to do it today. Especially when you got these Hollywood writers. If you're trying to bite off an idea, do it correctly. Shit. This whole awkward thing to actually, we're just going to meet backstage and have awkward conversations about how you're not actually with those guys. And that's it. But what the hell? And you can't disagree with me saying that, this build has been great and you're going to end up finding out that they're on his side, but this build has been great. No, it is not. It is not.
The Swerve. So, do you think we just get a clean match? Well, no, this ain't about that. So, the Reigns and the Roman had a match with Del Rio.
The Reigns and the Roman.
They had a match with each other, and the Roman Reign won when the gimmick guys came out. The gimmick guys. Damn, what about the bacon gimmick? What was it? The B&G or GB? What was it? It was GB? The gimmick bacons? Alright. I'll figure it out. We'll come up with something. So, they come out to distract the Reigns. Del Rio goes for... What the fuck did he go for? Because whatever it was, he missed. Oh, a roll-up. He went for the roll-up gimmick. And Reigns gets out of it. Superman punch, spear, 1, 2, 3, the end. Now, here's my problem with the Reigns. And they continue to make this guy look stupid by doing something dumb like this.
Oh my God, why did this happen this way?
The guy just got the win. You know that they're there. Why are you just sitting in the ring collecting your breath instead of getting up and getting on guard? Why? Why are you just sitting there collectively catching your breath while sitting
Where's
down?
his cousins?
I need answers.
Where's his cousins?
Even before that, why is this not? Why you see that they're there? Why are you not up, alert, and waiting for him to get to the ring? Why? Why is he stupid? Why do they continuously book this guy as if he's fucking retarded?
Don't be stop asking me these questions. We need answers, Sway. We need answers. Somebody's gotta have the answers. Find these answers.
I just need these answers.
We gonna need some answers, Sway.
I just need these answers.
These are questions that need to be answered. Why was he even doing that? Why? And what's better is what happened after that. After they came in the ring, AJ Styles decides to come out and actually stop Roman, and they get out the ring. They immediately get out the ring, and AJ Styles is still in the ring. Being that they were being conflicted this whole damn time, why is AJ Styles in the ring like he might not get hit with something from Roman and Reigns once he gets up? And then even after that, they just get back in the ring. If you're gonna get back in the ring, then what's the point of getting out of the ring? What was the point? What was the point of getting out of the ring? And then, to make them look like bitches, Roman Reigns beats up on both Gallows and Anderson. And then gets a forearm.
You're gonna eat this forearm.
Possibly, that was a good arcing forearm, too. To the chest. Wasn't to the face, it was the chest. It looked good. That man knows how to pose in the air. Tell you that much.
That forearm was good. And then that was the end of Raw.
But, see.
Oh, wait. And then AJ realized, like, these guys set up this whole thing.
And then.
Oh, man. They got me.
Oh, man. Now Roman Reigns thinks I'm a bad guy. If that was the case, Roman Reigns already thought that from the get-go. The hell? Like, what's the point? To make it look more conflicting between the four of them, like, oh, AJ Styles can't decide if he wants to be with his former Bullet Club members or not. And then all of this just to equal up to the swerve. It's just, where does it leave Styles?
What if the swerve actually is AJ Styles turning heel?
You know, I thought about that. Like, that was the first thing I actually thought of. But at the end of the day, it made more sense of actually them turning with Reigns. Because even if they turn with AJ Styles, that means AJ Styles takes that title off of Reigns. That means that contract is stronger than Reigns. That means that contract is stronger than Vince, who writes the contract. I want you to think about that for a second. How conflicting that is. Oh, yeah. You already know that AJ Styles is set in stone for him to actually get a WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going to go for the IC. He's not going to go for the US. He's not going to go for the tag. F that. It's damn sure going to be for the main one. But at the end of the day, that means that contract is stronger than Reigns, which is believable to some point. But at the end of the day, it really wouldn't work out if he's going against Reigns. His heel turn wouldn't work out against Reigns.
Eventually, well, soon I'm going to have to do a predictions video. and I'll see where I go with it. This Raw was kind of shitty.
Kinda.
This Raw was a little bit shitty.
This man said a little bit. I'm not interrupting.
Real quick, and you already said it earlier. Phil Balor.
Finnegan. Oh yeah, can I do it again? Can I please? Just one more time. You're gonna let me rock. Look.
Sure, go for it.
I'm just doing close to the mic again. I'm still in this copyright infringement, but it is what it is. This man's not coming up to the main roster. Stop it. It's not happening anytime soon. Maybe after SummerSlam, but stop dreaming.
See, what happens is people start listening
To the dirt sheets.
Not even that, because the dirt sheets don't even report that he's moving up. But like they'll hear rumor mill on YouTube, and it's like, but where, like, what are these sources that we're talking
and
about?
It's not even that too. It's that also,
like, they'll hear rumor mill on YouTube and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's what I want to happen, so that's what's going to happen. But think about it logically.
But
Phil Bacon is the baby face, the poster child of NXT.
But that's the thing. Like, even Finnegan himself actually was on a video after the show. After the show, he lost the title. He was like, "See you guys Monday." But logically, it should have made sense that Finn.
No, fuck that.
No.
What they're missing is Phil is always trolling. Always.
How many times has this man said he don't want to be on the main roster? Like, come on.
He's always, the dude actually took pictures in front of one of the TNA's buildings.
This man has had a sign up.
Phil is always trolling.
This man has a sign up and said, it's in a picture that said, "Where's Gallows and Anderson?"
Doing a bullet. Yo, he's always trolling. So him, see you guys Monday. He's just fucking with people. Why do they not?
You want to know why?
Again, because they hear the rumors on the YouTube. People come with their reports and the rumors on the
You want to know
YouTube.
why?
And people want to believe it.
It's all
Not saying the guys that's delivering the news, but the people that are listening, they want to believe it because oh my God, I want to see Finn on the main roster. And do what? What's he gonna do?
It's all because.
What is he gonna do?
Because of the fact that Balor Club is a thing, and they want that.
Phil Bacon is not coming to.
They
Listen,
want that to be a real thing. Go ahead.
Listen.
I've done my piece.
Phil Bacon is the babyface poster child of NXT.
Finnegan, Balor.
Triple H has put the most work into him, even though his promos are still terrible.
Ass.
They are not. Triple H will not allow
Not even at all.
for Phil Bacon to come up to the main roster just for a heel tag
That
team
makes no damn sense.
that he just so happened to be friends with.
We didn't even get
That doesn't matter when it comes to business. If they wanted him to come up and be a part of the gimmick club, then you would have started seeing some type of hints being dropped on NXT. They're not dropping any type of hints of a heel turn. Is he going to come up as Phil Bacon, the babyface, and be with those guys? Fuck no, they're heels.
Or will he be what everyone wants him to be and be the rock and roller? If you expect him to turn heel, he'll have to be the rock and roller.
I don't know what you're talking about half the time, but let me continue.
You're going to find out later on.
So, people, they just hear it. Oh man, Phil Bacon, main roster, yeah, that's what we want. But again, and I try to teach people logical thinking. It doesn't make sense.
Stop.
What is he going to do? Form the Bacon Club. With who? And do what? That's not how they're positioning him right now. Unless they start giving him some heelish tones on NXT to prepare him for that, that's not what they're doing. Triple H has put way too much time into him to allow something like that to happen. Because there's no direction.
He's cooked this bacon way too long, man.
There's no direction if they were to do something like that.
He doesn't want.
That's some WWE main roster hot shot booking. Oh, here's what we're going to do right now because it's hot right now. But what about months from now? And it bugs me out when people freaking tweet me and say, Phil Bacon to the main roster. You're thinking the same fucking way. It's a hot shot angle. What about later? Triple H is positioning this guy for the future, not for right now. Stop tweeting me about Phil to the fucking main roster. It's not happening.
I made a video of it saying, no, it's not happening.
Use some fucking logic and behind this shit. It's not happening.
These guys. Oh, maybe he had to take it back.
Look at what they did. Look at what they did to fucking Kevin Owens. Oh, we hot shot him up there because the fucking gimmick guy, Sami gimmick, fucked up his shoulders. So now we got a hot shot Kevin Owens up there. We hot shot him to beat John Cena. What does he do after that? Lose. Get a title. Lose. He's nothing now. He's nothing like what they were building in NXT because they hot shotted him. And fucking Triple H is not going to let that shit happen with Phil Bacon. He's not letting him up there until they actually have something concrete for him. He's not giving away his baby. He's not doing it. It's not happening.
At the end of the day,
until they have something concrete for him in the future, it's not happening.
At the end of the day,
stop tweeting me that bullshit.
At the end of the day, he's supposed to be molded to make money. There is no way, shape, or form they're gonna have him on the main roster in a position where he won't even make money. That whole gimmick,
it doesn't make sense.
It's money.
We're gonna bring him up here so that he could be with his tag team friends. His tag team friends aren't main event. They're not main event right now. They're pushing to get themselves there. That's not where they are. They're not main event money right now. They're guys that are there to make an impact. They're coming in to make an impact and make the name. No, it doesn't make fucking sense. Stop tweeting me that shit. Getting pissed off. I'll be trying to teach people and they tweeting me that shit.
So please, as nicely as Wyzatv could possibly put it, please, we don't want to kill your hopes and dreams, but
I'm gonna kill him shit.
But we will use logic against you.
I'll tell you when he's coming up. I'll tell you.
But we will use logic against you.
I'm gonna tell you.
Like, it's obvious that they're gonna do it after SummerSlam.
Phil, Triple H loves his bacon. I'm gonna tell you when he's coming up. Like, people be saying this shit. I look at Thirsty. Sometimes they might
actually be on the main roster. No, that's not even how they do it.
Now, could they see?
They have him lose the title on a show that's not on the show. They have him lose the title, but it wasn't on the show. That means that they're still going to have him on the show until they feel like it's comfortable for him to move on.
Now, there is one thing they could do because Vince's dick is definitely bigger than Triple H's. Let's get that out the way.
Unless Vince...
So if Vince wants the hotshot booking and Triple H can't talk him out of it, he'll be there Sunday.
Wild Nation.
Wait, what?
He did the same thing with... Yeah, he did the same thing with Apollo Crews, obviously, so yeah.
So, if Vince is just like, fuck you, I want this angle to be hot-shotted, then he'll be there Sunday.
But
it will be fucked up.
And it will be leading nowhere after. And it will F up every F up.
Because it'll be like, the gimmick guys are like, oh, AJ, we weren't really doing this for you. There was always a bigger plan in mind, Phil Bacon. So I can see you guys' point of view. But at the end of the day, it's still stupid. And it doesn't make sense.
You know what the funny thing about that is, being that you mentioned it and possibly ending up being that way? What if that happens, and what if he actually comes up with them? He's not going to be the painted Finn Balor that people like. You fools. So you won't even get that. You get a version of Finn Bacon that you probably aren't even going to like. Think, damn it, think.
Shall I end this?
Before Wyzatv goes ahead and ends this, hopefully everything that was said to you made a whole lot of sense, and hopefully you also hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate everybody that came through and shown Wyzatv love. It's good to see there's a 155, but Wyzatv is very close to hitting that damn end, which he should. But
we don't got 10,000
likes. But before he does that, we still appreciate everybody that came through, showed love, and actually came back to watch it as well. And
do you see? I don't see
10,000
likes.
Again, Wyzatv does not